Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
give double honors to the apostles and head of the great millstone. I would say shalom to all the Akim out there preaching the truth to the city. Once again, we out here on the highways and byways. I'm the brother from the GMS Miami camp here with the brothers from GMS West Palm. Coming through the spirit power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, once again on the highways and byways, man. All right, we here another week. The spirit comes in this place, speak on prophecy. All right, speak what's about to come to pass, man. All right, as you can see, as you can measure time, we at the end, man. All right.
Wadi Habashim Al-Shah for having us out here another week to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, man. You know, and again, we got the beloved brother from the Miami camp, visiting us. And we're going to, jump straight into it, man. And really want to go into the basics, but really no scripture basics, man. All right, so when we first came into the truth, the things that we deem basic right now was such, higher, than, the level we at right now. So the brothers first start off with 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. I can start from the top.
2nd Ezra 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
That's right, man. Prophecy. What does prophesy mean? It means to say before. So the Heavenly Father has got his men, his servants, all right, out here to prophesy, to tell what's about to happen into this world, man. Can somebody get Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8, and brother keep going with
2nd Ezra 15:1. Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
That's right. And it's speaking about the scriptures, man. It's speaking about the Holy Bible. Okay, it is faithful and true. None of these things that are written in the scriptures are going to fail, man. So this is why, again, in the latter times, the Heavenly Father has put his spirit back on the earth, and not only to condemn it, but to warn the people on what's going to happen, man. Okay? That's it on now. Just a little bit more. Go ahead, brother. My bad.
Verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
That's right, man. It's speaking about the naysayers, man. The gainsayers, speaking about the unbelievers, man. Those that may follow other doctrines, okay? But the scripture telling us to not let the incredulity, meaning unbelief, trouble us, man. Okay, can brother get Numbers 23, verse 19? All right, because whatever the Heavenly Father has written in the scriptures, it is going to come to pass, man. Another brother get Isaiah 55, verse 11, man. All right, all the scriptures, all right, are going to come to pass. The Heavenly Father is not a man that he should lie. Okay, so we have an ever-sure word of prophecy, man. I got Numbers and I got Jeremiah.
The book of Numbers, chapter 23, verse 19, and it reads, the Most High is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? And hath he spoken, and he shall not make it good?
That's right. So it's just to show you that the Heavenly Father is not a man that he should lie. So whatever he said is going to come to pass, man. It is going to happen. It is written in Jeremiah as well as in the book of Revelation. It's written all over the scriptures that Babylon, the great America, is going to be destroyed, man. Okay? America is going to be destroyed, thus said the Bible. If you say you believe the Bible, you have to repent, man. All right? Whether you believe it or not, it's going to come to pass because it is written, man. Somebody get Isaiah 55, verse 11. Whoever got it, go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 11. It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth, it shall not return unto me void.
That's right.
It shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
That's right, man. They're speaking about the prophecies, man. Okay, another brother can get Amos. What is that? Amos 2? Not Amos. Forgive me. The book of what is that? Habakkuk, where it says, "Yep, you got it, brother." And brother, if not got it, come on, man.
I got Jeremiah 28 for you.
Come on, let the brother get that up first. Come on, brother.
Before I get Habakkuk real quick,
Come on, bring it up, brother.
back in 2nd Ezra 15, it says the incredulity. If you go into the dictionary for incredulity, it says the quality or state of being incredulous, the inability or unwillingness to believe, and that's the state of our people. They're either unwilling to believe because they have no faith, or they don't have the ability to believe because the Lord has blinded their heart, man. They're darkened their countenance, man. So 2/3 of our people are lost, man, because they have no faith. And 2nd Ezra 15 says, oh, for all the unfaithful shall die in the unfaithfulness. or this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, I'll start from the top. Habakkuk 2:1, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Hey, doesn't it say in Ezekiel the 3rd chapter how the Heavenly Father likens us unto watchmen, man? Okay, so we're gonna stay upon our watch, man. Constantly being indulged in these prophecies, constantly, like it says in what is that the book of Corinthians, to meditate. You know, that's not that one, but the point is we're gonna constantly watch, man. Keep going, brother.
Verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Brother, read verse 2 again.
Habakkuk 2:2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
That's right. So hey, when we come out on the highways and byways, as well as when we make these lessons, hey, we have to break these scriptures down to a T as we have been given from our elders and apostles, man. They say that he that run that readeth, paraphrasing that scripture, man. All right? So we have to make these things clear unto the hopeful elect. You know, it says that how we are officials of men, right? You know, go ahead, brother.
Verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
It's speaking about the prophecies, man. It shall speak and not lie, man. Prophecy is speaking, man. We're seeing the rumors of war, man. We're seeing even the signs of the times, man. A couple weeks ago, it was the coldest it's ever been, you know, in Florida, man. And that's a sign in the scriptures, man. You know, forewarning the return of our Lord. Shalom, brother. Y'all got some more shot about I got to see. Go ahead, brother. You can bring it out. You got it.
This is Matthew. This is Matthew chapter 24. Starting at verse let's start at verse 3. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said to them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. It says, and ye shall hear of wars. Like I read it again. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All of these are the beginning of sorrows. All right, and so, you know, the disciples came into Yahushua. They was basically asking Yahushua, all right, when is the time of the end of the world, man? And Yahushua was breaking it down, man. And we've seen these things happen and playing in front of our eyes, man. Why? Because, you know, Lord bless us with the eyes to see, but we can see, you know, rumors of wars, the Lord stirring up the need. All right, pestilence, you know, storms and tempests. All these things are things that Yahushua, you know, the prophets are told us through the Spirit, and it's playing out, man. All right, why? Because we in the latter times, man.
It says in the days of Noah shall also be likened in the days of the Son of Man. The Son of Man is speaking about Yahushua. Right. Now, in the days of Noah, what happened, man? The Heavenly Father was dealing with Noah and his household. And when you read the book of Hebrews, it says how Noah moved with fear. All right, so how much more us brothers in these times, man? You know, concerning the prophecies, man. Brother, got some?
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9. I'm going to go straight to the point. 2nd Ezra 9 and 5. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and the end is manifest. And if you go into the word manifest in the dictionary, it says to make clear or evident to the eye or the understanding, to show plainly. It's plain to the men of the Lord, the elect, that we are at the end of the world, man. Everything that has a beginning has an end. All right? And the end is manifest. So it's plain for the people who have eyes to see. But everybody else that doesn't see it, they think this kingdom's gonna last forever, man. Babylon's stream's about to be destroyed. America's about to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, man.
That's right. That's right, man.
And it's plain to see. It's manifest, man. But if you can't see it, you're gonna fall with it.
Yahushua Mashiach is only dealing with the elect, man. He's only dealing with that very small number, man. Those are the individuals that this word is clear to. They have the ears to hear and the eyes to see. Can a brother get Ezekiel the 7th chapter, start from the top,
While the brother gets that, the brother is talking about how it's clear to see. You know, the elect don't got to be persuaded. You know, months on months, years on what is the truth and the time of the Lord coming back. You know, and the brother earlier he read. Things of that sort. And that's really the point of that. I want to bring out this quick precept. The book of actually bring out the Ezekiel. No, bring this out first. No. You have to. All right, come on. Book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 11. Seeing that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought you to be in all holy conversations and godliness? You know, so in the times that we're in now, man, this is what we're supposed to be harping on, man. That's the spirit of Yahweh Shah, you know, to be in prophecy, you know, to be in tune with these things, you know, to pretty much make these things a normal part of our conversation. Not women, not drugs, not lusting after the flesh and things of that sort, but what's to come, because that's how we get ready.
That the scripture you just read was a conversation. That conversation is going into what? A way of life, matter of life, man. You know, not being indulged or not being hand in hand with this current society, man. You know, brother got something to bring it up.
Real quick, this is Zechariah 13 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord shall smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And the brother just brought the priest and said, all of these things shall be dissolved. That's literal, man. America is literally about to be dissolved and turned into a desert, man. And you're not going to see nothing but the smell of smoke, man, and desert animals.
If I'm saying, why that? All right. Ultimately, what they did to the nation of Israel, man. All right.
Somebody got, matter of fact, what is that? Isaiah. I'm going to bring this one out real quick. Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. So like the brother said, the Lord has put in these scientists' mind to create these ICBM nuclear missiles, man. And what does ICBM mean, man? It means intercontinental ballistic missiles, man, meaning that they can fly from continent to continent, man. Okay, and it says, I have created the waster to destroy. And that's the purpose of these missiles, man, to destroy. And like your brother said, Babylon the Great is going to be what? Babylon the Great is going to be a desert. How do we know that? Let's go to Isaiah, the 13th chapter. Can the brother start at Isaiah chapter 13? And start at verse 16. Isaiah 13, verse 16.
This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 16. It says, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Mm-hmm. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravaged.
Woo, so this is about to happen, man. Doesn't it say in Isaiah the 32nd chapter, you know, rise, Isaiah 32 verse 9, rise up ye women that are at ease, man. All right, because it's about to be bad times here in Babylon the Great, man. Whether you believe it or not, keep going, brother.
It says verse 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
That's right. The Medes is talking about the Russians, man. So Yahweh Shema Shah is putting the spirit on these Russians, these Medes, okay, to be focused on one thing, man. And that's having Babylon the Great destroyed, man. That's the only purpose. That's why the Heavenly Father is putting the spirit on Putin and his war general. And what's the war general's name, man? Well, does anybody? I know it has to do with something. Armageddon or General Armageddon, man. All right. So this is so you keep going, brother.
It says verse 18, their bows also shall dash the young man to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children.
So this is what's coming, man. Right. This is what's coming to Babylon the Great. Okay. It's 144, brother.
Wow. Shit, this is weird. We go through the whole chapter of Isaiah 13. Y'all want to?
Go ahead, bro.
The book of Isaiah chapter 13 began at the top. The bird.
You already there. Let him read it.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, start from the top.
is Isaiah chapter 13, starting verse 1. It says, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. It says, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake their hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
That's right. Go ahead, God, and that's a vision. Isaiah seen a vision, on that mountain, this government, being Babylon. And that banner is this book, this truth, man. And this is what we came here to prophesy, man. This is what we doing week in and week out. This is that holy conversation, man. This is that bidding unto the marriage for the elect. Right. And you got shaking the hands that this truth may go to the gates of the nobles. That's why brothers have the channel strike down. That's why brothers going to come through persecution in the time to come. That's why we catch hell. Because Esau, Edom, this truth is now going on to everywhere, and they can't stop it, man. That's right. It's that age of the unicorn, where this thing just caught a snowball effect. You had those men years ago jumping out on the apostles saying, we spent billions of dollars, to hinder this truth, but yet, hey, because it's of the truth, and it's because of it's Salakia. It's because it is of the Most High. The Most High said nothing could be done against the truth, but for the truth. That's right, brother.
Hey, to further back you up too, shaking the hand. The brother right about the point about going into the gates and the nobles, but shaking the hand is like when you're rebuking somebody. Like imagine you rebuking somebody and you pointing your finger in their face. That's shaking their hand, man. Cry loud, spare not. So we gonna go into the gates of the nobles. All right, like the brother said, you got Trump. He said, don't listen to the prophets of the doom. Going to show you they paying attention to the men of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And like the brother said, they striking channels. Yep. To the point where the men of the Lord are going to get thrown in them FEMA camps and have to go before governments and officials. Yahushua said that. We shall be brought before kings and governors, for my name's sake, roughly paraphrasing.
The Lord said to not fear not when those things come, because He's going to put those words in our mouth, what we got to say, what we got to do, man.
That's right.
You can't fear no man that can take your life, man. You got to fear who takes your soul, because so what? Salaki, I was going to say Esau, Edom. So what? He takes your life or your head off of a guillotine, right? Using a guillotine. In the kingdom, you can do the same thing to that guy. Over and over and over. Every time you come back, you kill him as a baby. He come back, he turned 13 years old, you kill him again. He come back, get a little bit older, you kill him again. You do whatever the hell you want. So, we got to go through what we got to go through on this temporary stage, man. So the Lord could be exalted. His name could be magnified. That's right.
All right. Let me grab something real quick. It's in the book of 2nd Maccabees, I believe. A story with the mother and their children. She said, fear not this tormentor. That's the spirit of Esau, Edom. All right, because when the persecution does happen, that's what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to torment you, man. Bind you up, try to cast you into prison, try to, torment you, man.
What scripture is it?
I think 2nd Maccabees 7. If you got it, you can bring it out.
2nd Maccabees 7:29. I'll start at 28. 2nd Maccabees 7:28. I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and earth and all that is in therein, and consider that the Most High made them of the things that were not, and so mankind was made likewise. Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren.
Woo. So that's the spirit that we have to come. That's the spirit we have to be in these trying times, man. Okay, to fear not this tormentor, and if we have to lay our life down for Yahweh Shemal Shah, then so be it, man.
Yep. Because Esau, Edom could destroy. They could take your life, man, but they can't take your spirit, man. Right. So the Father of spirits could easily put you back into the world immediately, man, and you can come back in that Edomite's lifetime and destroy his ass, man. But this is the end anyway. Let me get a real quick. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. First Thessalonians chapter 4, starting at verse 13. But I will not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye saw or not, even as others which have no hope. And those that are asleep, those are the ones that have lost their lives, man. But you're not supposed to lose. Don't lose hope for the ones that died in the for Mashiach's name, man. All right? Because they're going to be the ones first to rise. Verse 14. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahushua will the Most High bring with him. Right? So if you die, doing the work, if you die serving the Lord, some brothers have lost their lives in this ministry, man. But we don't stress about that. Yeah, we may mourn, but we know that they're in great hands. They're in better hands than you can ever be in this kingdom, man. All right? And they're going to get the first fruits when Yahushua returns, man.
It's a win-win situation, man. You'd rather die in the truth than die in the world, man. Verse
15. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Mashiach shall rise first. All right, so losing your life, you know, is a beautiful thing in the sight of the Lord if you do it for his sake, man. Just like the Lord lost his life for our sakes, man. All right? But at the end of the day, Lord willing, you know, at the end of the day, all the elect are going to receive salvation anyway. All the elect are going to get the first fruits of the kingdom anyway. All right? So whether you have to die on this side or wait until the Lord returns, it's all the will of the Lord, man. If the Lord's with it, who could be against it, man?
Right. Also, you got to think about the scripture. I think it's Revelation 14, verse 13. It says how our works are going to follow us, man.
That's right.
Even if you have to lay your life down. You see, when you deal with Esau, Edom, if you break your leg or break your arm and you can't continue to work, you getting laid off, man. But concerning Yahweh Shema Shah, if you have to perish in this life, and your works are going to follow you, man. So that's a benefit of serving the Lord, man. Like, as well as the others.
Just like athletes, man. Athletes spend their whole lives training to make it to the professional league. One injury takes them out, and they're forgotten about. They're outcast of society, man. The Lord won't deal with his servants like that, man.
You got that, Revelation. Revelation, the 20th chapter, verse 4, and it reads, And I saw thrones that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Mashiach 1,000 years.
Right. So men are gonna be beheaded, just to show you that those guillotines are in fact real. Okay, but it says what? How they're gonna reign. You know, reign with Yahweh Shah. You know, live with, you know, be amongst Yahweh Shah, man. So Yahweh Shah is not gonna lightly, you know, regard, you know, men that do have to lay their life down. They're gonna receive a reward for that, man. You know? Go ahead, brother.
This is Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10. It said, For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have shewed toward his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. And the Lord, like what the scripture said, the Lord not unrighteous for all the works we done towards his name, man. All right, going on the highways by feeding his sheep, you know, as he said to do, man. You know, the Lord's not gonna forget all of that, man. So if you know you have brothers that are gonna die on this side, but hey, man, the Lord gonna take them up first, man. That's comfort, man. All right. He not come even till when Esau do come against him. The Lord, you know, gonna lift up a standard too. All these words we speak through the Spirit is all of comfort, man. All right, it's no lose situation with Yahweh Shema Shah, man.
Yeah.
This is Matthew the 16th chapter, verse 25, and it reads, it's backing up, you know, the point we're bringing out. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. You know, that's backing up the brothers, man. You know, like the brother Yashikal was saying, man, it's better to die in the truth than to die in the world, man. All right, you know, it's better to die doing the work, man. All right, you know, and we already know the reward that we're looking forward to at the end of this thing, man. You know, eternity, immortality, eternity, man. All right.
To add on to that, you know, you can read that again, but
Matthew 16, verse 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it.
and we're not trying to save our life, man. We already gave our life up, you know, for the Lord, man. We came to agreement and to realization that we're just surviving and existing out here. You know, we're not living. You know, so we're not striving to. We're not trying to make investments or retirement funds, what they call them. 401ks. You know, we're not striving for those things. I'm not looking here personally to be here in the next 30 years. I'm not trying to raise no children and see them grow and graduate here, you know. But, you know, we lay that down so we can live, you know, more on. That's going to happen. You know, I'm going to have children, Lord willing. They're going to grow up, but that's going to be in the kingdom, man. That's going to be amongst the elect, you know, and that new earth, that new heaven.
Hey, can we finish up on Isaiah the 13th chapter? You know, just to finish it off what we did started.
Verse 3, and I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. And my sanctified ones is in Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed thee in thy belly, I knew thee. Before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. And I ordained thee to be a prophet unto the nation. You know, so the Lord's elect, the Lord's prophets, you know, they're going to pretty much tell the forecast of what's to come, which is the war Queen by Jehoshaphat. You want to continue on verse 4 for Isaiah 13, brother? All right, take it.
back in Isaiah chapter 13, verse 4, it says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, it's a noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord hosts mustered the hosts of the battle. All right, what's about to come to pass, even up to the drying up Euphrates River, the Lord is controlling all of that, man. To coming of that World War III, man. Okay, the Lord is controlling these armies, man. All right.
Yep, and that people that's the great noise, you know what I'm saying, that can also represent the missiles too. But like the brother said, it is the drawing of the armies in World War III, Armageddon, which is Armageddon in the Hebrew, mountain of the troops,
So they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
And the nation is righteous anger. So anger that the Lord is, that's right to be about. You got the right to be angry. And those weapons of destruction is these ICBMs that the brother was going into, intercontinental ballistic, so
intercontinental ballistic missiles.
Wow, the brother said better than I did. So it can go from one continent to the other in a matter of minutes.
Joel 3:2, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
All right.
No. But the Lord is the one, gathering these armies together and bringing them to the valley of Jehoshaphat, man. World War III is really the Lord's war, man. He already played it out from the beginning to the end, man. He already knows what's going to happen, man. Right? He's controlling he's pulling the strings of everybody's life.
Because if it was no, that's my fault.
And that word plead, you go to that word plead, that goes to judgment, man.
Yep.
All right, and it says that the valley of Jehoshaphat, you go to that in Hebrew, Yahweh Shaphat, man. It means Yahweh judgment, man. All right. Judgment, why? Because what these nations did, unto the nation of Israel, man. All right, you go to the Psalm 83, list all those nations, man. Starting with Esau, Edom, man. All right, they all laid hands on the nation of Israel, man. All right.
And the brother said, this is the Lord's war. That's right, man. Because if it was up to man, man already be trying to make truth. They already be trying to make agreement, hey, like, let's not do this nuclear battle. Because, after that, there's no more humanity, So that's how it's up to the Lord, man. If it was up to if it was up to man, ain't no way, we be doing, nuclear ICBM missiles.
Hey, that's why I think it's either Isaiah, where it says, Isaiah 13, matter of fact. I'll let the scriptures. I'll let the scriptures talk. I'll let the scriptures talk.
Isaiah 13.
When they come out, bring it out.
Yep, con, Lord willing.
You continue on verse 6.
All right. It says, how ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, it shall come as destruction from the Almighty. All right, we can see it, man. All right, we see all these prophecies coming to pass. You got Putin so hyped up, to press that button. All right, which that's of the Lord. You got even the brothers haven't seen. They had these little choirs singing death to America. That's in their spirit, man. That's also showing that we near to the end, man.
The brother said we can see it, and not only can we see it, we can see it better than the prophet Isaiah prophesied it in this time. We can see it more clear, more specific, more detailed. Even though we don't know the hour of the day that the Son of Man is coming, but hey, we damn sure know what's going on. Verse 7.
Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
Why is every man's hearts gonna melt? Not only are they gonna see they're gonna see the coming of Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is coming. Revelation 1 verse 7. How every eye is gonna see him. They're also gonna see those eyes. They're gonna see what they Esau called. And you're going to be destroyed in them times, man, because Yahweh Shai is only coming for his elect out of the nation of Israel, man.
Quick treat. Luke 21:25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and in the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be in a power, great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
Somebody research
Oh,
about
my shot.
because it said before the Son of Man even comes, people gonna be having faith apart, man. People gonna be passing out, having heart attacks before the Son of Man even comes, man. So when he gets here, it's over.
And their hearts, it's like
All right.
now
It
you
says,
talking
some type of plead for death when they won't find it.
right.
Go ahead, all right.
It's like your friend interrupting
No,
you.
that's my fault.
But the scriptures also say how their hearts shall melt. Hey, that's literal too.
You can't even look at the sun.
Yep.
And that's supposed to be 8 minutes away of sunlight. You know, that's how old it is. So you go ahead and try to look at us being that's vicinity. Yeah. Look at it out here.
Yeah.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? Whoever looks at that shit is gonna blind them.
Hey, you know a movie scene I always quote is when we come to camp. That scene from the Terminator, the second, when her heart really melted.
Yep.
Her face melted, everything melted, even her bone structure. She literally melt. Like if you leave an ice cream cone in the sun, the shit just melts. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Yup. When she was on the fence. That's a good scene. Go ahead, brother. You got
Zechariah 14:12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
So that's foretelling what's gonna happen. You know, when those missiles, those ICBM actually hit, man. Okay?
It says verse 8 back in Isaiah chapter 13. It says, and they shall be afraid, pains and sorrows shall take hold of them, and they shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another, their faces shall be as flames.
Their faces shall be as flames, man. See, what's about to happen to this planet Earth, man? All right, this is rightly, this is true judgment. Like brother said, indignation, righteous hatred. The hatred that the Heavenly Father has for Esau and Babylon the Great. Okay, the things that are about to happen to this earth are going to be rightfully precedented, if you understand what I'm saying.
And why is it going to be righteous, huh?
It's going to be righteous because, what is that? Amos, did somebody get Amos 9:8? All right, how the eyes of the Lord are upon this sinful kingdom. Even though that could be, speaking about the homeland Israel, but it can apply to Babylon the Great, man. You have a state, Las Vegas, Nevada. There's a city called Sin City.
Yep.
Hey.
Sin City. Go ahead, bro.
And what did they say about fucking Sin City? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Hey, it's crazy too. In Las Vegas, right over a strip club, a chariot dropped down. Huge chariot. I sent it in the channel if y'all really saw it, but it was a huge chariot. You could see clearly it was a chariot, man.
It was red.
No denial.
Yep.
There was no way to be like, what is that? That's a plane. Nah, it was a clear chariot. It had a red light on it, and it had like an orange type of fire, kind of like outlines around it, right? And people was coming out. It was all over, TikTok and whatever. But they have a chariot. They even got what's that thing called in that army base that's next to us, Area 51.
Yeah.
There, all the chariot signs and whatnot. We saw trying to create their forms of chariots and whatnot. But man, Las Vegas, man, it's gonna catch a beautiful missile gonna hit Las Vegas, man.
That's right, bro. That's right. It's on couple for sure. It's a couple cities that's gonna get a little bit. You got California, Atlanta, definitely Florida, New York,
Miami.
All of Babylon.
all of Babylon, but
200 million.
yeah, 200 million.
Divided by what, 52 states?
That's why the scripture say in Revelation, the slain of men shall be 7,000, man.
Right.
Meaning completion is going to be a completion number of people through in this place. If you left on the shores of America when the missiles go off, you out of there, man. That's why in the book of Job it says, it shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle, man.
Somebody got that Amos?
Yeah, I got it.
Go ahead, brother.
9 and 8. This is Amos, the 9th chapter, verse 8, and it reads, behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh, are upon the simple kingdom.
And the eyes are what? The eyes of the Lord, are the chariots, man. Keep going, brother.
And I will destroy it from the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord Yahweh.
That's right, because the Heavenly Father, again, he's only gonna have mercy on the elect as well as the 1/3, man. Okay, that's the house of Jacob. House of Jacob is talking about the 144,000 out of the 12 tribes as well as the 1/3. brother get Revelation the 7th chapter, starting from the top, man. Just to show, it says, "I will." Salaki. It says, "Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob," man.
That's right.
Okay, so you're gonna have deliverance. It's balance. You're gonna have destruction, and then you're gonna have deliverance, man. Left hand and
That's why we gotta be in the spirit of prophecy, because if we don't want these things to come to pass, of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind shall not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
that's right. And that wind is speaking about it's speaking about the missiles, man. Right now we outside and we feeling wind. So it's not talking about literal wind, it's talking about those missiles, man. And you have the angels literally holding off the destruction until what? The elect is sealed, man. Keep on, brother.
Verse 2, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth.
That's right.
And the sea.
So that angel, Salaki, going back to the sealing, can a brother get Ezekiel the 9th chapter and start at the 4th verse, man? Because that sealing is important. You got to break it out, brother.
But just to back up that precept in Revelation is Jeremiah 51 verse 1. It says, "Thus says the Lord Yahweh Bashinah side, behold, I was raised up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise against me and destroy them." Man. All right, going back to that one, man. All right, that destruction, man. I see.
Oh, that destroying wind. That lines up beautiful with Revelation the 7th chapter. Yeah,
Ezekiel 9. This is Ezekiel 9th chapter, verse 4, and it reads, "And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the man that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof."
That's right. Now that mark is going to the word in Hebrew, Fawah, which is a mark isn't a mark of exemption, but that goes back to the sealing. Okay, that goes back to the sealing in Revelation the 7th chapter. Read it again, brother. Revelation 7 verse 2.
The book of Revelation, chapter 7, verse 2, and it reads, "And I saw another angel as ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. He cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea."
Keep going.
Verse 3, saying, "Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, so we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads."
That's right. So the elect have to be sealed in order for the destruction to happen, man. Okay? And this sealing comes through what? By hearing the words of Yahweh Shema Shad, man. All right, brother, got anything?
You know, we'll sit here and say that America is about to be destroyed, and nobody will ever ask, well, what are you going to do about it? What's your plan? What's your plan? What's your escape route? Right? All right. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5, chapter 5, verse 1. "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors." Right. Our plan is to serve the Lord to the best of our ability until he deems us worthy enough to obtain salvation, man. That's our escape route, man. But 2/3 of our people don't want to serve the Lord, man. They rather serve Esau Edom. They rather have the carnal payout instead of the spiritual one. But the spiritual one is going to pay out physically too. Verse 2. "When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and they shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for." Right? When we talk about chariots, so-called UFOs, talking about being delivered by the Lord and our Savior, man, Yahweh Shai, man. Right? That's a strange thing to our people, man. You got it, huh? No, it's not. It's a strange thing to our people. It's so far beyond that anything they ever hoped for, man. They expected a so-called white man to come out of the sky on a literal cloud with his hands out, holding rainbows and so on and so forth. That's what they believe. That shit is fucking strange to me, man.
Yep. Hey.
You tell 2/3 to do the work. You know, they ask how much the Lord paying an hour.
Yep. What do people say when they walk by? Y'all get paid for this? Yeah, we get paid, man.
And then they just run away. Oh, that's what I thought. Dumbass nigga. No.
Hey.
Not on the carnal level.
Scriptures say, lay up your treasures in heaven.
You know? Every man getting paid the same penny.
Brother got a pre? Go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. This says, "Come, my people, enter down into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed." All right. It says, "For behold, the Lord Yahweh Shemashai coming out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain." Man. All right. So, you know, people they gonna scoff, man, because they don't understand, man. How we gonna get out of here is through them chariots, man. The so-called UFOs, man. That's our vehicles, our salvation, man. That's why it's gonna be strange to them, man. All right, seeing so-called, you know, black so-called Latinos and Native Americans being beamed up to chariots, man. All right, that's how we gonna get saved, man.
And those chambers are the chariots, man.
That's right.
Hiding ourselves from the indignation, from this place being set on fire, man. Literal fire.
Hey, I got a pre running up. Like the brother was just talking about when, you know, individuals come up and ask us, are we getting paid? This is Luke chapter 17, verse 5. "And the apostle said unto the Lord, increase our faith. And the Lord said, if ye had faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye might say unto this sycamore tree, be thou plucked up by the root, and be thou planted in the sea, and it should obey you. But which of you, having a servant plowing or feeding cattle, will say unto him, by and by, where is he come from the field, go and sit down to meat? And you will not rather say unto him, make ready wherewith I may sup, and gird thyself and serve me, till I have eaten and drunken, and afterward thou shalt eat and drink? Does he thank the servant because he did the things which were commanded to him? I try not." You see? So we're not even supposed to even, you know, expect a reward, because we're supposed to do this work. But Yahweh Shemashai is so merciful, he's going to give us a reward, but we're supposed to do this, man. Go to the book of Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, the 13th verse, man. This is our duty, right? Verse 10. And it says, "So likewise ye, when ye shall have done all those things which are commanded to you, say, we are unprofitable servants, we have done that which was our duty to do." You see? So it's just to show you that we're supposed to be doing this work, but you have wicked niggas out here thinking that when you serve the Lord, you're supposed to get something in return, man. Go ahead, brother.
This is Proverbs, the 1st chapter, verse 22, and it reads, "How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge?" That's these niggas, man, right? These people out here are so simple-minded, man, right? Talking about, oh, are you getting paid for this, right? They're just real simple-minded people out here, man.
Really, that's a slave mentality, man. Really, you only do anything for a few shekels, man.
Right. Hey, doesn't it say in Proverbs, the 1st chapter, how long shall you simple ones love simplicity? Okay? Our people are simple. And that's why the Lord is only dealing with the elect, man. Those that have the true understanding of what's really going on, man. All right, this wisdom that we have been given above from high is going to preserve us in the times we're coming into, man. As it is written, Isaiah, the 33rd chapter, the 6th verse says, hey, this wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of our times, man. So,
that's why these simple-minded niggas, you know, they can't understand the higher things, or I should say the higher vibrational things of these scriptures, man. They can't get it because they're so simple-minded, man. Like, you try to tell a Jacob about a chariot, they're gonna be like, what? It's like the brother Mike Oliver was saying, it's so far-fetched to them, man. Right? It's just their mind is too simple to understand these things.
That's right. That's why.
I got a pre. This is Malachi 3:14. Ye have said it is vain to serve the Most High, and what profit is it that we have kept his ordinance, and that we have walked mournfully before the Lord of hosts, man? And now we call the proud happy, yea, they that work wickedness are set up, yea, they that tempt the Most High are even delivered. You see, so that's the spirit. 2/3 of our people coming. They're like, what profit is it for us to serve the Lord? What benefit are we getting to serve the Lord? You know, the niggas who are in the world, they winning, you know, in their eyes, right? You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. 2/3, they get their goodies until they don't, man. all that shit getting ready to be cut off through the spirit, man. You know, right now 2/3 is winning on this side in the flesh, but they about to be losing when all hell breaks loose, man.
That's right, man. That's why, what does it say? That the last shall be first,
Right.
and the first shall be last, man. You know, but you gotta read that. Go ahead, bro.
Jeremiah chapter 4, I'm reading the KJV and I'm reading the NLT. It says, for my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. And the NLT, I like the NLT because it brings it out plain. All right, it says, my people are foolish, and they do not know me. Says the Lord, they are stupid children who have no understanding. They are clever enough at doing wrong, but they have no idea how to do right. And that's how our people is, man. They're fucking stupid, man. All right.
That's right, man. Hey, that's clear right there, man. You know, watch to do evil, but to do good, they have none understanding. You got your reason.
It's Job 21, verse 14. It says, therefore they said to the Most High, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. Now, of course, we know originally they're talking about the wicked. So we need the mentality. 2/3 of our people, they take on the mentality of the wicked. So they also have the mindset of what is the purpose of serving Yahweh Shah.
For free?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So lucky.
Verse 15, what is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit should we have if we pray unto him? You know, so that's the mindset of our people also. Like, what profit is it to pray to the Lord, you know, serving Yahweh Shah? And also, Wisdom of Solomon, going to the 3rd chapter, it talks about, you know, the wicked having the ungodly having the mentality of, you know, let us live our life. We don't know, what our life will be tomorrow. And that's just the mentality that America, you know, pushes.
Alexander Crowley spirit. Go ahead, bro.
I also say that's true, man. That's the mindset of Jake, man. They got that do as thou will spirit. That how is this gonna benefit me, right? Am I gonna get instant? You tell Jake, you know, you serve the Lord, you know, to the best of your ability, follow all the commandments to the best of your ability, you could, you know, receive salvation. They like, man, what can I get now? What can I get right now?
Gratification.
You feel me? They want instant gratification. That's a problem with our people today, man. They want that. I need something now. Is the Lord going to wake? If I wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna have $100,000 in my bank account. I need, you know, they used to that Christianity doctrine, right? That peace and prosperity, where they tell you, sure, the Lord, you're gonna be rich on this side. You're gonna have a very profitable business on this side, man. But hey, in reality, when you come to serve the Lord, man, you catching hell. You're gonna be going through it. You don't be having time. You can have a whole month. You broke. This shit could be longer than that. You broke.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You feel me? You could be going months on ends without being able to find a job, man. Right? But in Christian church, they gonna tell you. They say, hey, bring your tithe, bring your offerings. You know, the Lord gonna make you rich. You know, keep calling on JC. You know, that's what Jake expect when they come to serve Yahweh Shema Shah. Like Scripture tells us, Sirach 2:1, when you come to serve the Lord, prepare yourself for temptations, man. Right? You're gonna be catching hell. You're gonna be going through different trials and tribulations, man. That's all part of walk, man.
That is true, Salaki. It's true. There's many sufferings when you're in this truth, man. You know, you're gonna suffer. The Lord is gonna put you through the ringer, man. You know, the Lord is gonna try your heart, man. That's why it says in Sirach, the 2nd chapter, like the brother just quoted, if thou come to serve the Lord, what does it say? To prepare yourself for temptation. And what is temptation? To tempt you, to try you, man. You know, the book of Micah says that what? How we're gonna bear the righteous indignation before the Lord. That's little Issachar right there. Shalom.
Shalom.
You an Israelite, man.
Y'all Israelites.
This
You
is
guys are the tribe of Zebulon or Issachar.
God.
You're Israelites.
That's like a Zebulon. Brother, he came right there. He want to be with his brother.
Hey,
He
you're
was
right, though.
out
He was out of order, but he is shit.
He felt the spirit. He ain't
He was
scarred.
looking for clout.
That's what it is.
All right,
I'm with the man with the Lord.
It was spirit because he came right next to the sun. He just stood next to it.
Yeah, that's true.
You feel me?
Hey, but that's spiritual, though. You know, that's our people, man. You know, NK, Northern Kingdom, they are people too, man.
Hey, and the crazy thing is, you know, the younger they are, man, you know, the more their spirit naturally gravitates to the truth, man.
Right, yep.
Right. The minute he saw the truth, it was like his eyes just flared up. He was like, oh shit.
We ain't letting no heathen get that close though.
Yeah, look, Esau, baby. We're gonna hit him with the Heisman.
Let's get back into it, though.
Con.
Brothers had a precept?
Got a quick free. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 14. Chapter 2, verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Right? That's the mindset of our people, man. They rather, build up their lives here. Our people will rather have a job than serve the Lord. Well, you can have a high-paying job in Babylon, but your ass is still a slave, man. Your ass is still paying taxes. Your ass is still in captivity, man. You serve the Lord. We obtain salvation. The whole nation is going to eat, man. You have a slave mindset. You don't have a rulership mindset, man. This vibration that's being pushed out by the Lord. It's about rulership, and it's a kingdom-like mindset, man. We're trying to have slaves and people under our subjection to put the earth back in its righteous order, man.
That the kingdom is this knowledge, man. This wisdom that we have, and the brother going into how you can have a high-paying job, you can still be a slave. It says this truth shall set you free. So really, through the grace of the Lord, we're really free, spiritually. We're not slaves to the society and to the system, waking up and just falling in line. What we're part of is the know, and a lot of people pay a lot of money to be in the know. That's why your most expensive. That's why your books that have the higher concentrated amount of secrecy or volume or knowledge. That's why that higher paid costs. That's why those people that have the higher thoughts or vibration IQ. You have to pay a lot of money to meet with the people or things like that. So like Grant Cardone, for example, on the lower level, he deals with a lot of real estate and a lot of financial things and has those aspects. And to get close to him or whatever, to get his knowledge, you got to pay a lot of money for his handbooks and things of that sort, But we have the #1 highest selling book, man. And not only do we have that, we have the knowledge and understanding and wisdom to go into it and break down and grind that meal and really eat that whole roll. And a lot of people, we Salakia, I'm going to just say this last part. A lot of people come up. I read the whole Bible. Shit, nigga, I did too when I was in the world. I didn't know nothing. I saw the Bible. I looked at the Bible. I didn't read and understand and grasp what it meant. You go on now.
Nah, it's just like you were saying. It's like this is insider information, man. Right? So,
and if it's not meant for you, I can give you the whole thing. I could damn near break it down for you. It's not gonna mean. It's not gonna do nothing.
That's fact. That's spirit. I was just gonna say that too. Like if somebody was trading stocks, that insider information about a stock that's about to boom. If you don't know how to buy stocks, he can tell you what stock to buy. You won't know what to do with it. So you got to have the breakdown. How can you understand unless a man break it down to you? Roughly paraphrasing.
Then you got to have that faith. Shit, you can tell me to invest in Bitcoin 4 years ago. Bring it out.
Hebrews chapter 4, verse 2. For unto us, I'm going to start at verse 1. Hebrews 4:1. Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it. So we have to fear Yahweh Shemel Shai, man, so that way we don't come short of that promise. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them, but the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. You see? So, 2/3, they heard the word, all right? They heard the word, along with the 1/3. But the difference is the 1/3 had faith to believe in these words, man, and to apply it. You see what I'm saying? These words are do well for us, man. That's for our wealth, for us, for our benefit. But when you don't believe in these words, it's not going to profit you, man.
Right, and backing up your point, Brother Hakala, as far as, our people are just, sowing those in this world, in this society, you have a thing called paper yokes, man. The elders and the apostles going into it, how none of our people are free. Even if you are able to go out here, but you still have a birth certificate, a social security card. If you want to travel to a different country, you need to have a passport. These are all things that Esau, holds over you. Back then we used to be in real shackles and yokes, right? But now they put it in the form of paper, man. And then it's going to be in the new society to come. What are you going to need in order to live? In order to be a part of the society, you're going to have a charagma, man. Okay? So just to back up your point, bro.
It's that computer yoke.
A computer yoke. The spirit last night. Go ahead. Somebody got through? Go ahead, bro.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sword of destruction, man. Our part of coming out of this place is getting on Babylon mindset, man. And this truth is what actually does that, man. All right, because one, it reveals to you who's your enemies and how the wicked move, and also it reveals to you your true identity, man. All right, and also too, the brother behind the camera will talk about how certain things you gotta buy to get the knowledge, but this truth is free. This truth is free, man. All right, but then again, it's all the spirit for you
able to understand, man. Quick free to back you up about understanding. Acts chapter 8, starting at verse 29. You know, I'll start at verse 30. Acts 8 and 30. And Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah and said, understandest what thou readest? And he said, how can I, except some man should guide me? And he desired Philip that he would come up and sit with them. Right? You got to have somebody break it down, man. You got to have somebody in the spirit break it down to you for you to understand it. But also, you got to have the spirit as well, man. We sit out here, you know, week in and week out teaching. People are hearing us, but they don't have the spirit to understand, man. It's really all through the spirit, man. If your eyes are darkened, the Lord ain't dealing with you, man. At least not yet. Some people, you know, have to wake up at certain times. Everybody has their own time to wake up. But yo, if you hear week in and week out, you hear His word all day, every week, man. The Lord probably most of the Lord likely not dealing with you, man.
That's why in the book of what does it say? The Apostle Paul said for us to speak the same thing. See, we're all speaking the same language, man. You know, not English, but we're all speaking the same language. To the point to where when I'm talking to this brother about the scriptures, he understands what I'm saying. You see, we're talking to these people in a language that they can't understand, but they still don't perceive what's going on, man. You know? That's right, brother.
1 Corinthians.
No, go ahead, brother.
1 Corinthians 14 and 8. For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle? So likewise ye, except ye utter by the tongue words easy to be understood, how shall it be known what is spoken? For ye shall speak into the air. All right? You know, the Lord chose certain men to speak certain things, you know, to say things in a way that's understandable to everybody. Anybody can come up here and do, because we are a body, we all have different walks of life. We're able to relate to anybody, break down the scriptures to anybody, man. All right? But we can speak words easy to be understood, but if you don't have the understanding to understand it, then there's really no hope.
Okay, you got a free? Yeah. John 15 and 26, it says, but the Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit, which is the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things and bring all things to your remembrance whatsoever I have said unto you. So a person can stand here for an hour, 2 hours, but if the Holy Spirit not dealing with them, you know, they're not going to get it. They're going to leave here, you know, and have learned nothing, because the Holy Spirit wasn't dealing with it.
That's right. Hey, that's the spirit where the scriptures talk about that seed which is sown in a person's heart, and that raven comes and plucks away that seed. That's like Satan, you know, Satan. Somebody hears the word, and then Satan distracts them and takes that word away from their heart, man, because it wasn't really meant for them. But you know, through the spirit, another thing too, right? For you dudes who get proud and think that you know everything, right? Each brother has their own portion of the faith, man. The only person that has the full measure of the spirit is Yahushua himself. Everyone else has a portion. So for you to not be willing to humble down and listen to what another brother has to say, or hear another brother's point, or, you know, hear a brother break something down through the spirit, you know, you're really missing out, man, because you don't have the full portion. Let's say the Lord only gave you 5 pieces to the puzzle board, and the puzzle board requires 50 pieces. You know what I'm saying? You don't got the full picture. You need other brothers' portions to put it all together. That's why I was going to say, he that rebuketh the wise man, you know, rebuke a wise man, and he will be yet wiser, man. You teach a wise man something, you're going to only add to his knowledge, man. But if you want to be proud and not humble yourself down and take the rebuke, then you through, man.
Yeah, and we see in these latter times, it tells us in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, how perilous times shall come. You know, how men shall be what? Unthankful, unholy. And we're starting to see them characteristic in these latter times, as many men are starting to become unfruitful, man. And that's why we pray to the Lord to do what, man? All right, to never cast us away, man, to keep his Holy Spirit upon us, man. You know, making sure that we always remain humble, to always remain, to have humility, never to have the spirit of pride, man. You know, what does it say in the book of, what is that, 2nd Ezra, how pride, what's that?
Before the section?
Yeah, no, not 2nd Ezra, Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, the 10th chapter.
Pride is the beginning of sin.
Pride is the beginning of sin, man. You know, when you start to be prideful, hey, Yahweh Shema Shai ain't gonna be dealing with you too much longer, man. Because we got nothing to be prideful, man. You know, that's why, what does it say? Jacob died worm, man. The Lord liked Jacob to a worm because, and without him, he had nothing, man. Without Yahweh Shema Shai, we have nothing, man.
Worm is defenseless.
Right.
You know, you want that, Sirach?
Yeah, just right quick, and then you got it,
Okay, guys. Sirach Ecclesiastes 10 and 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? Let me start at verse 7. Sirach Ecclesiastes 10 and 7. Pride is hateful before the Most High and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. So both man and the Most High hates pride, man. You know? And it says, because of, I'm going to read on. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Right.
And that's why this kingdom is going to be transferred from Esau to Yahushua, man, and the nation of Israel.
You go ahead.
Okay, verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There's not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casts away his bowels. I'm going to skip down. Verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High, and his heart is turned away from his maker.
Yeah. So when you starting to get that pride, when you start to be prideful, and you're departing from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and we see many cases of this, man. Men start to esteem themselves higher than they ought to be, and then what happens? They get removed from the body, man. So we always have to remember 2 traits that will never go out of season or style is humbleness and humility, man.
Quick, read back you up. 1 Peter 5 and 5. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yea, all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility. For the Most High resisteth the proud and giveth grace to the humble. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of Yahweh Shemel Shai, that he may exalt you in due time. Hey, yeah, so like it says, man, you know, we got to submit ourselves, man. We got to understand order. You know what I'm saying? You younger, submit yourselves to the elder, but it also says all of you be subject one to another. Because just because you might be elderly over a brother doesn't mean you practice lordship over him. Doesn't mean you be proud over him either. You know, and you got to also understand, too, that just because a brother might be younger than you doesn't mean he can't correct you, or it doesn't mean that he can't teach you something, man. So you got to be subject to the spirit. You got it, brother.
And part of that, you know, a brother rebuking you, scripture says open rebuke is better than secret love, man.
Right.
You know, a brother rebuking you and it's ultimately a brother putting you on game, man. Hey, Aki, you know, you slacking this or you doing this. That's the ultimate form of love, man. And back to the topic about pride, man. Ain't no reason to be pride, especially within this truth, man. All right, we was taught, you know, through the spirit, man. You know, I got a quick precept if I may bring it out. This is 1 Timothy chapter 4, starting verse 13. It says, till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. It says, neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy with the layings of the hands of the presbytery. All right, so the hands of the layings of the presbytery talking about the body of elders, man. All right, especially for the apostle elders on down, they lay their spiritual hands upon us, man. All right, it's not like, oh, we got the truth of our own selves, man. And we have teachers, man. Okay, it says, meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy prophet may appear to all. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them, for in doing this shall both save thyself and them not hear you, man. Another thing too, you know, so as you learn, you know, it's not for you to keep for yourself, but also to teach unto others too, man. All right?
Right, bro. And I got a quick precept I want to bring out, man, because, you know, brothers going into, you know, the pride, you know, being humble, all right? And this is Psalms, the 37th chapter, verse 11. And it reads, but the meek shall inherit the earth and shall delight themselves in abundance of peace, man. And that's what's going to happen, man. The meek shall inherit the earth, man. Right? Not the prideful, right? The meek shall inherit the earth, man. So the meek and the lowly, man. All right, that's the type of spirit that the Lord is looking for, man. Right, like the scripture says, also, you know, pride go before destruction, man. Right. So being that prideful spirit is going to lead to your demise ultimately, man. All right.
I got a quick read. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 4, starting at verse 6. And these things, brethren, I have in a figure transferred to myself and to Apollos for your sakes, that ye might learn in us not to think of men above that which is written, that no one of you be puffed up for one against another. For who maketh thee to defer from another? And what hast thou that thou didst not receive? Now if thou didst receive it, why didst thou glory as if thou hadst not received it? You see, so a lot of Jake be coming in that self-made spirit. A lot of Jake be acting like, yeah, I got it on my own. You know, this off the muscle, all types of shit. But really, we got it from Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Scripture saying man can receive nothing.
Spirit.
Oh, you got that?
John 3:27. John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except it be given him from heaven.
That's right, man. And I think in that same chapter 2, it talks about the portions of the Spirit. Yahweh Shah was given the fullness. If I'm not mistaken. It might be either up or further down. John 3. The water. Because it says the Lord gave him the Spirit without measure.
Yep, that's what I was going to bring out earlier, but you know, that's the Spirit though. That's the Spirit. John 3 in verse Yep, here's John 3 in verse 34. It says, for he whom the Most High have sent speaketh the words of the Most High, for the Most High giveth not the Spirit by measure unto him.
Right. Talk about our Lord Yahweh Shah. He got the full portion of the Spirit, man. So, and even Yahweh Shah ain't proud, man. Yahweh Shah said, learn of me, for I am meek and lowly. You know? So we're trying to be more like Yahweh Shah. We have to learn to be more meek and more lowly, man. That doesn't mean you can't be confident. That doesn't mean you can't have boldness in the Lord. But you got to have that balance of humility. The scriptures say the greater thou art, the more humble thyself, man. Brother had that too?
No, I was going to
Oh, okay, fine. Hey, I got this. Listen, I'm going to let y'all talk. Y'all brothers got something?
No, I was gonna say, backing y'all brothers up, how Yahweh Shah, you know, the greatest, you know, example that we do have. It says how he came in the form of a servant,
Right.
you know, just to show y'all he was lowly. He was brought low for our sakes, man. So how much more us? How much more do we have to act? You know,
The servant is not slacking.
nope. You got it.
You was talking. You got it. The servant is not greater than his master.
That's right.
You know?
Yahweh Shah washing the disciples' feet, man. What about many other Yahweh Shah healing people, man? It says how the Lord didn't come to be ministered, but to minister. You know?
Right. Somebody got a precept?
Paraphrase. Sirach 3:18. The greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before the Lord.
Right.
So even if you are considered great, you should humble yourself, man. All right? Because really, you have nothing that you obtained by yourself. Everything was given to you by the Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. Even because scriptures talk about second entries, how people receive benefits from the Lord, even though they haven't known him. Right? Even people in the world receive benefits from Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. All right, because of that pride, though, they're about to be destroyed.
But that's the fault. One thing about humble and humility is that Yahweh Shai is that main example, man. We got to be like as Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai doing major great things, man. All right, there's no account for Yahweh Shai being prideful, man. Why is that? That's even being around, man. Because Yahweh Shai came in all humble and meekness, man. All right.
The brother just said, why is that spirit even around? That's Satan.
Yep.
How you know what's from on the Most High and what's from not of the Most High. The brother, he said earlier, Jacob is like unto a worm, which shows you humility. Also, the Lord has personified us unto a sheep, and a sheep without his shepherd will pretty much go astray. They'll lead themselves to the slaughter. And then the brother also said earlier, roughly paraphrasing the scripture, he said, thou be exalted in due time, So, of course, right now we're not where we want to be, of course we want to be humble and things of those sort, but we got that king mentality. We want to come into that lot. We want to rule and judge things. We want to be the top, and that's gonna come in due time, man. It's gonna come in order, not when we want it or how we want to do it. You can bring it out.
Scripture to back up your point. This Sirach 51:30. Work your work B times, and that word B times mean always. Work your work B times. And in his time, he will give you your reward, right? This is our time, man. This is the Lord's show. So he's the director. So whenever he decides to give us our reward, that's on him, man. We just got to continue doing the work.
It wouldn't make no sense for a servant of the Lord to have dominion here because it doesn't go hand in hand with with what society deems as successful or rulership.
I was bringing this up. This is Malachi chapter 3. Malachi chapter 3, verse 18. Then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth the Most High and him that serveth him not. You see, in a lot of times, we're going to be able to discern who serves the Heavenly Father and who does not serve the Heavenly Father by what? By their actions, man. The brother just said, why is the spirit of pridefulness, the spirit of men being unfruitful even on the earth, because that's Satan, isn't it written in Luke the 22nd chapter and the 31st verse, how Satan has desired to have us, that he may sift us as wheat. And the spirit, the brother just made a lesson earlier today on how not letting your mind or letting the spiritual demon Satan play mind tricks on you, man. To make you alter the perception of reality, man. Brothers, we already have the victory, man. We have to just endure to the end. All we have to do is to continue in the things which we have been given, and we're gonna attain the victory, man. Right. But like the brother said, saying, what does he do? He plays mind tricks in your mind. Oh, I need to do my own thing. Oh, the apostle say I can't have social media. Oh, I gotta cut my hair. That's all Satan, man. You gotta look at the end goal, man.
You have the bigger picture.
The bigger picture.
That's right. Y'all boys on point.
I got a pre.
Go ahead, brother.
Oh, okay, come on. This is Zechariah 9:9. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. You guys see yourself?
Where are you guys from?
¿De dónde eres? Hey, she just read it. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, thy king cometh unto thee. He is just and having salvation, lowly and riding upon an ass, and upon a colt, the foal of an ass. And that's talking about our Lord Yahushua. He said he came lowly, riding upon an ass, which an ass is a donkey. Okay? An ass is colt. It's a donkey, man. So a donkey is a lowly animal. It's also a beast of burden, meaning it puts in work, man. That's why the tribe of Issachar, so-called Mexicans, is known as a strong ass. Okay, couching down between two burdens, which those two burdens represent the landmass of North America and Central America. Okay, which some brothers say South America too, but North America, Central America. Okay, those two landmasses where the land of Mexico is, man. Okay, so Issachar's a strong ass, meaning he's a workhorse. But nonetheless, the point being what? Yahushua, when he came into Jerusalem, he fulfilled that prophecy in the New Testament when they were saying, Hosanna, Hosanna, save us now, right? Say he came in on an ass's coat, man. And that goes back to Genesis 49 about the tribe of Judah. Okay? Genesis 49. See if I can find that real quick. Genesis 49, starting at I'll just read verse 8 for edification. Genesis 49:8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. The tribe of Judah is the so-called Negroes, man. Okay? And it says, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise, because the tribe of Judah is the head tribe over all the tribes of Israel. Okay? Also, he was the head tribe of the southern kingdom. Okay? The kingdom of Judah. It says, thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies, meaning how Judah is going to get vengeance on Esau, Edom, man. Okay? But even when you look at the tribe of Judah, they have that type of spirit, man. Where they ready to whoop a motherfucking ass, man. That's Judah for you, man. Okay, and it says, thy father's children shall bow down before thee, because Judah's the head tribe. It says, Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. So the tribe of Judah, their tribal mascot, for lack of better words, is a lion, man. Okay, and it says, Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. Meaning the tribe of Judah, and all the tribes too, but specifically talking about Judah, they got docile and they forgot who their true enemies were. They started to become coons and accept Esau. All right, but back in the ancient world, Judah was giving Esau hell, man. King David, King Solomon, we had the heathen in subjection, man. Okay, and it says Judah is a lion's whelp, man. When you look into a lion, like the brother Mayaka always said, what did you say about a lion's roar, brother?
Oh, when a lion is hungry, his roar could be heard 5 miles away.
5 miles away, bro. That's far as fuck. Yep. Imagine you hear somebody scream from miles away. Yep. Hey, you said Yahushua's voice was as the voice of many waters. Yahushua was of the tribe of Judah. That's another reason why thy father's children shall bow down unto thee. Scripture say every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess. Yahushua, King David, they are the tribe of Judah. And Judah, all Jake, Jake talk loud, but Judah especially, Judah talks really loud, man. And when you go into the anatomy of a lion, their vocal cords is called, I think, like Jacob's son, if I'm not mistaken. I think their vocal cords is called like Jacob's son, son of Jacob, Jacob's son, man. That's spiritual, And the lion is also a symbol of the nation of Israel too. Okay, overall. But Judah is known as the lion, right? And it says he stooped down, he counts as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up, man? And Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to rouse up the tribe of Judah, all right, and all the rest of the tribes to set it off in this nation against Esau, Edom, man. There will be civil unrest in the society, man. There will be race riots. And Esau knows that. That's why the KKK, they're preparing for days like that, man. Okay, and Judah is going to be the one to set it off, man, through the spirit. You know, you got it, brother.
Oh, I got to pre-back you up. I was going to say, go ahead. You got a scripture? I was going to just make a point. Since we were talking about Judah being docile. Khan, the Lord has snippets and events where he reminds you who the hell his enemies are, with those George Floyd, situations, Mike Brown, multiple, Jakes that get cut down in this life. As soon as those things happen, Judah remember, but a couple weeks go by, then they forget, but it's gonna be some events, or it's gonna be some situations which the Lord puts in place where it ain't gonna be no turning back, man. Judah's just gonna be looking for heads, and guess what? Everyone else is gonna fall in line like a domino effect, man. Right. It won't be no more coming back, man.
Right. I had a quick one back you up, brother. This is Zechariah chapter 12, verse 7. And it says, the Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first. Yep. And this is exactly what we see, through, Abba Bivens, coming back and restoring the tents of Judah, meaning that this truth, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, this ministry, would be raised back up with Judah starting first. All right. And it says the glory, it's like that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. And it says, and in that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as the Most High, and as the angel of the Lord before them. So starting with Judah, Salakia, it says, he that is feeble among them in that day shall be as David. So the Lord is going to put the spirit, that also lines up with Isaiah the 59th chapter, how the Lord is going to create up a standard. That standard is going to be risen against who? Esau, Edom. Starting with Judah. So like the brother said, how in the ancient times, Judah was giving Esau hell. So it's going to be just like that again, man. When the Lord sets up that standard, it's going to be starting with Judah.
I got a quick pre. Oh, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
This Acts chapter, just a quick precept back to those up. It's Acts chapter 1, verse 8. It says, and ye shall receive power after that the Rakaka dies. Our verbatim says, Holy Spirit is come upon you, and you shall be witnesses unto me in Jerusalem and all Judea and Samaria unto the uttermost part of earth. And we understand, we got a portion of that Rakaka dust right now because we preach it all the two, but in due time the Lord about to increase that, man. Are you gonna have coming men of the Lord, doing spiritual miracles, mighty works. All right, especially when Esau come, with that blood, man. All right, many men, we believe through the Spirit gonna have spiritual power, man. All right.
That standard. Man, yesterday, if I had my phone, I'll show you. I seen a video of AI super training. This AI robot literally was programmed not to shoot the creator, the person that he was training with. He would step in front of the target, he would not shoot. He stepped away, he hit it. And it was literally indestructible. Nothing is indestructible, but concerning to what's going to happen when Esau Edom comes down with that great wrath, the Lord is going to have to create up a standard against these devices, man.
Even on a lower level, even on a lower level, a lot of Teslas, they're known for their safety. They're known to have accident avoidance, but they hit a lot of so-called black people, right? It's like they're trained to do that. A lot of so-called black people, they get hit by Teslas, man. It's like the cameras don't detect them.
It's like they warming them up for taking show with a program on it. Like, let's just play the back door for now. And then when it's that time, we just gonna activate it. Look for melanated people with beards.
And also to bring out is a brother named Guar from GMS Miami. He likes to speak on this topic a lot. Why you think that Esau made these so-called they're not even so-called made these killer robots, man? That's ultimately for Jake, man. They didn't make these robots just to walk among the street. Well, I don't break. They gonna let these shits out, man.
Right.
The same way they didn't make these centurions, these modern day policemen, you know, the same way they didn't create that task force for Esau Edom. They created for us, man.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Police really started after the slavery was so-called slaves were let go. They needed somebody. The original police were slave catchers, man. It's all created by Jake.
Okay, Con, I'm gonna go back to this Zechariah 9 and verse 13. This is backing up what the brother Yashikal said earlier, because once the Lord roused up Judah, all the tribes are gonna follow suit. Con, Zechariah 9 and 12. Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee.
That's right. That stronghold is the Heavenly Father. So we got to turn back unto Him, especially in these latter times, because what's going to happen? Brother, you can keep going.
God, verse 13. When I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as a sword of a mighty man. So Judah is going to be the bow. Ephraim is going to be the arrow, man. Okay, Judah's going to be that driving force to make the rest of the tribes follow suit and fight against Esau, man.
And when you let off a bow and arrow, that's just a force of thrust.
Yep. And this is Isaiah 19 and 17. And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he hath determined against it. So the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt, Egypt representing America, man. So it's really talking about the people of Judah, okay? It's going to make Esau afraid. It's going to be a terror unto Egypt. And like the brother said, you've seen a portion of that with the Rodney King riots, the George Floyd riots. You're going to see something on a grander scale coming in these times now, man. So I'm going to go back to Genesis 49 and 10. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come. So those lines of kings, all right, was always with Judah until Yahushua is coming on the scene. Then he's going to be pretty much that last king to sit on the throne of David. You know what I mean? Because he's going to be Solomon. You know, Solomon's king's going to reign for forever, man. And when you read Matthew, the first chapter, it goes into the lineage of those different kings, you know, leading up to Yahushua, man. Okay, now it says, so Shiloh represents Yahushua. It says, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be, because all the tribes split at one point. In particular, the southern kingdom, northern kingdom split. But through Yahushua, they're being brought back together, man. He said he's going to make them of one fold, man. Okay? Verse 11. Binding his foal unto the vine, and his ass's colt unto the choice vine. Going back to what we read earlier in the book of Zechariah. All right? That king cometh on the ass, lowly. All right, he says, he washed his garments in wine and his clothes in the blood of grapes. That's what's a good precept for that. Isaiah 63. You know, Jeremiah 25, where it talks about the Lord is going to tread the grapes, man. Okay? And it says, his eyes shall be red with wine, because our Lord Yahushua, when he came on the scene, he drank wine. And his teeth white with milk. Okay, so that's the point right there, man. And in the book of Proverbs, it says, who hath redness of eyes? They that tarry long at the wine. So when you drink wine, red wine, it makes your eyes get red, man. You know?
That's a stain. What's that? You guys going into heavy juices?
But
when
I think so.
Yeah, when you strain it or something like that, I believe it was you. If I'm not Salaki, if I'm mistaken Salaki, but kind of, yeah. When you got heavy juices like wine, you know, if you don't mix them up and stir them, you know, the mass of it goes to the bottom.
Yep, the leads.
You know, so that those things, like, even when you touch wine, it can stain your fingers. So it can stain your internal part too. Like real juices that you have, usually they say for you to shake. Not a thing about
shake well. No, that was me, brother. No.
It was you?
It was Yahweh.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why real juices say shake them.
Hey, that ain't shake well before you. Yup. Hey. Yup, Con. And you know what? Let me bring that priest about because
that's right.
Hey, can't trust every shalom. Nah, I tell you this. Hey, if you come with peaceably, though, you know, shalom, brother. Hey, this is Zephaniah 1 and 12. It says, it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish them that are settled on their leads. It says, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. So what it means settled on your leads, all right? Because, you know, a couple weeks back, we went into this. The word leads in the Hebrew is shamarah, all right? And it means leads of wine, the dregs of wine. So if you let wine sit, the leaves will sink to the bottom. That's basically like dudes who are comfortable in the society. They're like leaves in a drink, man. They're comfortable. They're settled, man. You know, they're not stirred up.
no substance, vanity,
Yep.
nothingness.
And that's why judgment is going to begin where? It's going to begin in the ancient of men.
Yep.
You know, those that know that they are Israelites. As it is written, First Peter the 4th chapter says judgment must begin at the house of Israel. Because when you look at it, our people are the ones that's committing, outside from Esau, but they're the ones that's committing most wickedness, man. Jeremiah the 5th chapter says how our people have surpassed the deeds of the wicked, man. You know, so that's why the judgment has to begin at the house of Israel, man. Those that know that they're Israelites, first and foremost, man.
That's right. Y'all brothers want to go back to Isaiah 13?
Isaiah chapter 13, who was verse 7, 8?
Verse 8.
You want to keep reading it, or you want to keep reading Isaiah 13?
Yeah, where was that? Verse 8.
Back in Isaiah chapter 13, verse 8, it says, they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as women that travail. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames.
It's literally, man. You know, their faces shall be as flames. You know, it says they shall be amazed at one another. The brother just read it earlier. The wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. The strangeness of his salvation, how they're going to be amazed, man. Keep reading, brother.
Oh, the day of the Lord coming cruel with wrath and fierce anger to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the cities thereof out of it.
That's right. What is that line up with the book of Amos, where it says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, man. So the Heavenly Father is going to do that. He's going to destroy the sinners out of it, man. And what is sin? The transgression of the law, man. Those that are in cahoots, the water, brother, beautiful word, are in cahoots of this society, man. Keep reading, brother. Oh, what happened? Go ahead, brother. Bring it up.
This is the book of Romans, and I'm gonna read it in the NLT. I'm going to read KJV first, then the NLT. Romans chapter 1, the brother said, people that are in cahoots with society, people that are cool with the wickedness, are going to fall by the sword too.
Go ahead.
All right, Romans, I'm going to go straight to the point. Romans 1 and 32 in KJV.
Would you like me to read it?
I'm going to read it in KJV. I'll read it KJV.
Romans chapter 1, verse 32, and it reads, who, knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do they do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
That's going into those moles in society, and people that commit such vile acts. They are worthy of the judgment of the Lord. And not only them, but people that are cool with them that do it too. Romans 1 and 32 in the NLT. They know God's justice requires that those who do these things deserve to die. Yet they do them anyway. Worse yet, they encourage others to do them too. Right? If you're cool with the way society is right now, if you're cool with how wicked this place is, hey, you deserve the judgment of the Lord just as much as the people that are committing it too. A lot of scripture says, cry aloud and spare not, to show the people the transgressions, how they're going off according to the Lord, man.
That's right. Hey, isn't it written how the Heavenly Father only saved just Lot? Because he was vexed with the filthy conversation done in the midst thereof, man. So it's just to show you how you have to be separate. That's what holy means. It means to be separate, Slocky, brother. Forgive me. You got to be separate from the manner, the conversation, what's going on in society, man. You know, like how it's written in the book of Exodus, you know, it says to follow not a multitude to do evil. In these times, what we see men being with other men. We see women being with other women. All right. We're seeing our people follow the ways of the heathen. That's all wrong according to the Heavenly Father. So we can't follow the ways of this world, man. You know, doesn't it say that the fashions of this world are going to pass away, man? You know?
That's right. It tells you that in Romans, the 1st chapter. You know, women are working that, man on man working that which is unseemly. There are women that change the natural use of women. And what's the part of the natural use of a woman? Reproducing babies, man. Having sex. All right? This is part of the reason why a woman was created, to have sex with a man and repopulate. You know? But you got a lot of these women who be like, my body, my choice.
True.
I'm tired of sharing my body. And I get it for a lot of you women, you know, having a child could be somewhat of a burden. You know, you got a baby, you know, feeding on you all damn day. I get it might be burdensome, but that's because you under the curses. In the kingdom, it's going to be a beautiful thing, having children, nursing children. But going back to Genesis, the 3rd chapter, it says, in thy sorrow thou shalt have conception. I'm paraphrasing, man. You know, so women are under the curse of birth pains, labor pains, because of what happened back in the garden, man.
Man, imagine how beautiful that would be to be able to have a child in the kingdom without having no pain.
But that's gonna happen though. It says all what is that? Revelation 21. All the former things will come to pass. Roughly paraphrasing it, the former things.
That is gonna be a beautiful thing because I don't know if a lot of brothers ever seen like animal births, but elephants, they don't have no issues pushing out another elephant. Same thing with a horse or any large.
You Dominican? Yeah. You a Simeonite, brother? Oh, you just came from over there? That's right, brother. Keep believing, man. The Lord on his way back.
That's right. That's right. Because, you know, any large mammal, they don't have no problem, you know, delivering, you know, another large mammal. No animals. And they come out larger than a couple ounces, like human babies come out. And that's another reason why a lot of Eve don't even like to pursue to have a kid, you know, because of the pain, you know, or the birth defects, or a lot of the curses that were up on.
Right, brother.
Hey, Salakia, brother. Let me say one thing. You said my body, my choice. Your body, your missile. And your intent for these Eve, wicked Eve, man.
And really, it's not your body. It's Yahweh Shemashai's body.
Right.
You know, the scriptures tell us how, you know, that our body is not our own, but it's been purchased, man. See what I'm saying? So you're supposed to glorify the Most High in your body, man, which is your temple. So these ain't our bodies. And the scriptures also speak about how our souls were lent unto us, man.
Ooh, let me get that.
I think that's in Wisdom of Solomon.
Also, isn't that Ecclesiastes, the 9th chapter?
I think Sirach 7 also says that if you have a daughter, give her to a man of understanding. So you really don't have a choice. If woman really, your body isn't yours. It belongs to your husband and your child at the end of the day.
Has thou daughters have a care to their body?
Yep.
So you're not supposed to be letting your daughter walk out the house dressed half naked.
Yep.
All right? And see, as a husband, you now take on the place of the father. Yep. So now you're not supposed to let your wife walk out the house butt-ass naked, man. That's off, man. All right? If you got a daughter, don't let your daughter walk out with her titties all out, ass all out, man. Showing no respect for herself, man. That's off, man.
That's right, because the Heavenly Father set up what? Princes and kings and princesses, man. And that word princess goes back to being modest. You know, and a lot of these women lack that attribute of being modest. They want to be seen because they have drunk the Babylon juice, man. The wine of this world.
Man, that's how Eve set up on this side, man. They attention whores, man. Right? They get drunk off of attention, man. Right? That's why Eve like to get all dressed up, have their assets out, go out downtown and curve every man out there just because they want to get attention, man. Right? That's how they set up, man. Social media, perfect prime example. A bitch don't get enough likes, she gonna delete the picture and repost it again.
So it says in the last days, men should be lovers of themselves, man. Mm-hmm. This is another sign. Social media is a perfect sign that we're in the last days, man.
Hey, there was some Eve, more than one. They said they'd rather get social media than have a boyfriend, man. Yep. It's because of that validation, man. See, this is a prime example, man. Prime example through the spirit, man. All right, women walking out here with their ass all out and shit, man. That's off as hell, man. Leaving man with no imagination, man.
Yeah, that's right. She'll cover up.
You become desensitized, huh? And then Eve want to wonder why you're not all aroused at her being in lingerie. Bitch, Instagram done seen that shit.
Hey, another thing too, they be wondering why they be getting ravished, why they get raped. There was this Eve on Twitter, man. She was around these celebrity like that Constantine. She was like, man, the nigga that she got raped at a party. No. It wasn't him. It was like some YouTube streamer nigga. And she got raped at one of his parties, and the nigga that raped her looked like a vulture. Just plain and simple. That was like a vulture. But when I looked at her page, man, you look at her profile, she just butt ass naked on that thing. What she expect to happen?
Yo, and I was reading the comments under that, and there was a lot of dudes saying, yo, if she was in my bed looking like that, she would have got taken too. And yo, why would you put yourself in that situation, man?
Yeah.
Man, y'all should call us.
Go ahead, bro. It's Sirach chapter 26. I'm gonna start at verse 8. A drunken woman and a gathered rod causing great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. It says the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty lips and eyes. All right, that's why the Lord, you know, everything with the Lord is called, man. You know, even the way a woman's for the dress, man. We're not surprised when certain shit like that happens, man. Look how you're dressing, man. Mm-hmm. You know, especially with the time you cut dress like that, see what the fuck happens to you, man.
The only reason women are able to dress like that because they have 911. It's easily accessible. Wait till that goes away. Wait till all hell breaks loose. Women will not dare walk out the house with a 2-piece on, man. It'll be a wrap for them, man.
They be out here like food and niggas is hungry. They gonna be scared.
Women already know innately, you know, not to go outside late, not to come outside too early.
Gas station.
That's the spirit. I was about to say, man, one time, the brother Yakazaka and I, we was at a gas station, and it was like, it wasn't that late, but it was nighttime, and this Eve, she pulled up to the gas station, she pumped her shit, she looking around, she ran inside, came right back out, got her gas and left, man. She was not trying to get caught. And see, that's the thing, because women understand they're prey. They're prey. Men are like beasts. So when you're out here showing off your titties, showing off your ass, that's like dangling a lamb in front of a hungry lion, man.
And why wouldn't you feel safe at a gas station? There's people inside. There's cameras everywhere.
Well lit up.
Feel safe? Well lit up.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you feel safe? Because you know
they know
that threat is there.
And that's why in Isaiah, another reason why Isaiah 4:1 will come to play, because a lot of these women are not gonna be able to trust in Esau on that day. You gonna say something? No, okay, Colin.
You gonna see that Jacob's trouble. Imagine, you know, men, man. A man don't get boxed a couple weeks, a couple months. Jacob's trouble. You see an Eve out there. What's gonna happen? Eve by herself with no man, she gonna get ravaged, man. So that's just back here with that Isaiah 4:1. They're gonna be cleaving to men, especially men of the Lord.
Men of the Lord are gonna be the only men in society. Everybody else is gonna be beasts.
Where you at?
I'm at I ain't gonna lie, I'm at 10. But that's
You still on Isaiah 13?
Yeah.
Yeah, read that thing, man.
See, the point is 12.
Just keep reading, brother.
Verse 10, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine, man. All right? Because, you know, when he's they going to block out the sun, man.
It's a suit. The aftermath, I mean. And then to back it up, the book of Joel, I'll go straight to the point. Chapter 3, verse 15. The sun and the moon shall be darkened with their stars, and which are their shining. That's because, you know, that aftermath of these nukes, once they go up in the atmosphere, then it's because they're going to block a lot of the X-ray, not the X-ray, the UV rays and things of those sorts. It's going to be so heavily concentrated.
It says, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogance of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible, man.
And who's the proud? It's these Babylonians and their armies saying, yeah, we're the greatest ever, USA, the greatest country ever. You know, if you don't like it, you go back, you know. Yeah, that's right, you know, because they're an unpenetrated version. So therefore, they have that proud and arrogance, you know, rightfully so. But don't worry, it's going to be brought down like you said. See that going on? No, I'm saying.
Quick, back that up. Second Ezra, verse 8, verse 50, says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in a latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride, man.
Saying what? USA.
And not only that, but not acknowledging the Heavenly Father. You know, that's why it says in Romans the 9th chapter in the 17th verse, how the Heavenly Father is going to do the same thing as he done to Esau in this Egypt, just like how he did in ancient Egypt. You know, raise up Pharaoh to what? Further magnify his name. Right. What we on? Isaiah 13, right? Yeah. What's on 12?
Back to Isaiah 13, verse 12. I'll make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man in the gold west of Ophir. All right, going back to what we speak about Isaiah 4:1. All right, this is not talking about a regular man, man. It's talking about ultimately the man of the Lord, man. All right, well, on our regular, these women gonna be running to these men, man, for protection. All right, for you know, to be at a good, and you know, have some type of safety, man. Because you gonna have men, you know, or your men going all over the place, people killing each other. You know, but us men alert that we believe in the spirit, you know, we're gonna have protection those times, man.
Yep. What's going to make a man precious is the scarcity. Every man you run into in that day in Jacob's trouble is going to be this brute beast like mind state. You're not going to be a man at the end of the day, right? So when a woman runs into a man or a Lord in that day, he's going to be more valuable than the finest gold or Ophir, man. You got it, huh?
It's Isaiah 32:2. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a comfort from the tempest, as the rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So a man is going to be as a hiding place, man, a place of safety, a man of the Lord, man. Okay?
Hey, and if I may add to something that Brother Michael Allah said, you know, they're going to be like a brute beast out here, man. And, you know, the being civil is going to be pretty much extinct, man. Right? The only people that's going to be, you know, quote unquote civil is going to be the men of the Lord, because in the times of Jacob trouble, everybody else out here is going to just be going off of instinct, living off of, you know, however they want to live, not following not following the law of the land nor the scriptures. So they're going to be doing whatever they want out here to survive. But the men of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah are going to be following the laws of the scriptures, man. So we're going to have a type of order to us. We're going to have a type of being civil to us, man. Right? We're not going to be out here like brute beasts, man. All right?
And I believe if that's not in Sirach chapter 2, it says make not haste in times of trouble, man. And that's wisdom and knowledge, you know, what Isaiah 33 and 6 were saying. It says wisdom and knowledge shall be that stability of that time, man. That's going to be the forefront of our mind, man. You're going to see men of the Lord, how hell breaking news, they can be in the right mindset, even walking amongst this place, man. People running around, you got certain men walking like nothing's even happening, man. Not even getting touched, man. Now you gonna see men of the Lord being well fed, okay? But you gonna see people around them, and they ask, they stomach gonna touch their back, man. All right, but you know, you gonna be a good cause, man.
Because the elect, no man can be plucked out of his hand, out of the Lord's hand. That's where the elect is going to be pretty much resting, like under the Lord, behind the Lord. And what did the Lord do for Noah? He saved his entire household, you know, his sons and their wives. So the Lord, you know, Lord, when He have mercy on those that we love and who are upon our house, who are within our house, the same thing will be done.
Quick for each second. Ezra 2:27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. See, so everybody else, they're going to be in shambles, but the elect going to be merry and have abundance, man. You know? But that's the point. We jump at Isaiah.
Ezra chapter 9, verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed shall be preserved from the said peril. So that goes back to that stability. You know, that wisdom and knowledge being our stability is going to keep us preserved from the perils, man. What's a peril? You know, trouble. Famine of the bread. We're going to be preserved from that. What about Job? Is that Job, the 5th chapter? It says, at famine, you shall laugh, paraphrasing. You know what state of mind you have to be to laugh when there's a famine going on, man? Hey, that's just to show you that lines up with Isaiah the 65th chapter, man. How the Heavenly Father is going to allow His servants to eat while the rest of the world is hungry.
I got that, Job.
Job chapter 5, starting at verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. So those 6 troubles represent the 6 trumpets, man. Okay, the 7th trouble is the 7th trumpet, which is the completion of the Lord's judgment, which is those nuclear missiles, like it says on the sign. All right, then it says, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. So there's going to be a famine out here, man. And the Lord's going to redeem His elect from that, man. It says, you want me to ask? Hey, you guys see anything interesting on them signs? Any questions? Any questions?
No, just looking, bro, learning.
Okay. All right. No problem. Verse 21, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. So the Lord's elect not going to be afraid of the destruction that's getting ready to come. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee, man. So, hey, even in these times now, the wild beasts going to be on the loose, man. Just like in the movie I Am Legend, you had the pack of lions They took that deer that Will Smith was trying to hunt. That's what's gonna be like in America in these times, man. Wild animals gonna be on the loose, but the elect are gonna be at league with the beasts of the field.
Yeah, ain't gonna be seeing creatures that Esau got stored up in the ladder. They just been trying to make, splitting genes and all types of shit. We're gonna be seeing creatures that, the Lord created that we ain't even get to see yet. Perfect example, Leviathan coming out, right? Right, spirits created for vengeance, right? It's gonna be, man, like the scripture says, man, a time that's never been seen before, man.
Yeah, the scripture speaks about unknown beasts, newly created. Wisdom of Solomon 11. But brothers got free.
Yeah,
If not, we go back to Isaiah.
back in Isaiah chapter 13, verse 13, therefore I will shake the heavens and the earth shall be removed out of her place in the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Shemashai of hosts in the day of his fierce anger, man. There's gonna be a lot of destruction upon his face, man. It said the earth shall flow the earth shall live to and fro like a jerk. Why? Because you have these missiles, making missiles rockets and shit. Exactly. Verse 14, and it shall be as the chains road and as a seed that no man take it up. They shall every man turn to his own people and feed everyone to his own land.
So that American dream is going to be an American nightmare when these things happen. Because what is Babylon the Great? America is a melting pot where all the other different nations cleave unto this land. So, hey, they're going to see they're going to foresee the destruction. They're going to see that it's real. And like the scriptures say, all these other different nations are going to try to go back to their own land, man. In no time. Keep going, brother. You got it.
Everyone that is proud, everyone that is bound shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
That's right. All the other heathen nations, even Esau, Edom, trying to fight against Yahushua. What does it say in Luke, the 17th chapter or 19th chapter? Let me try to get that. But it says, you got it, brother.
That's what it is. Is that what you want?
Where it says,
19:27.
Yep. You know what I'm talking about.
Luke 19:27. But those mine enemies, which would not, Luke 19:27. But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me.
That's right. The water brother for grabbing that precept. Just to show you that when Yahushua makes his great return, both his foundation and his, his set is already going to be in motion. There ain't going to be no altars. There ain't going to be no second thoughts. Whatever the Lord has planned set to do is going to come to pass, man. Thus said the scripture. Keep going, brother. You got it. Going back to what we were going into earlier.
Quick point, just because those silos, and like the brother said, they're not meant for what I always use. They're not made for pretty much to look at and lollygag upon. What is it called? Yeah, they're not made for show. They're made for destruction. Once a nuke leaves its silo, there's no special way that it can return. It can't just land back into it safely. It has to go destroyed. The same thing when a bullet leaves the barrel. Anything that's in its way, whether it be a box of crayons, bones, blood, or flesh, it will be destroyed and pierced.
Brother, it's like you said, a bullet or the missiles, they don't go and do like this. It goes to that destination, like if you point a gun. You won't point, brother. You got it, brother.
It says, everyone that, it's like verse 16, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Read that again. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes, their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravaged.
Keep going, brother.
Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
That's right, and that's exactly what we were going into. How there's not going to be no negotiation between Babylon the Great and these other different countries, starting with the Medes, man. Now
these Medes are not concerned with the gold. These Medes are not concerned on negotiating. Their main goal is to what? Have this place destroyed. And I believe it's Revelation the 8th chapter that goes into this as well, man. How when these missiles are released, it's gonna be in stages. You know, this is Revelation chapter 8. All right, Revelation chapter 8, verse 13, and it reads, "And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, 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 to the inhabitants of the earth by reason of the other voices of the trumpets of the three angels, which are yet to sound." So we know that these missiles are going to hit what in stages, man. You know, so you might have talks within the discussion between Esau and with Babylon and Russia, and then next thing you know, they might say fuck it and let all the missiles come, man. You know, that's why it says and the three are yet to sound, man. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to bring out this scripture right here. This is Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turns it whithersoever he will. So, Yahweh Shai is going to put him, got to put his mind to go ahead and attack. Because he's ultimately the one that controls it. These kings, these different people, you know, they say they doing this and doing that, but the Lord is ultimately the one controlling their hearts.
That's right, brother. You know what further lines that up? That's in the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah the 9th chapter, or Jeremiah the 25th chapter, Salakia. Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 9, and it reads, "Behold, I will send and take all the families of the north, said the Lord, and Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant." So it's just to show you that the Heavenly Father has the hearts of the kings. Doesn't it say, isn't it written that the heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord? So it's just to show you that the actions or the things that these presidents, kings, whatever they do, they are instructed from the Heavenly Father. How do we line that up? Let's go to Proverbs, the 9th chapter. Proverbs chapter 9, verse 17. Is that Proverbs?
I get it for you, out.
Nope, that's not it.
And there's one in Sirach. How the
Which one, brother?
basically how the Lord's gonna set up somebody over the earth in due time, one that's profitable.
Oh yeah, come on, Sirach the 10th chapter.
Yep.
You know, and that one that profitable is Yahweh Shai. You know, because Esau Edom, we see how he has maintained this earth, man. And when you look beside you, you have a tree that's been planted on concrete, man. How do you allow that tree to grow? You know, how about the sky? When you look in the sky, there's chemtrails sprayed everywhere, man. And guess what? We have to breathe in them chemtrails. What about our food? It's prophesied in the book of Ezekiel how our food will be defiled, man. You know, that's all Esau Edom. You got Bill Gates talking about eating synthetic meat, man.
Wasn't it like 3D printed type meat? 3D printed?
Man, this is true. Just a quick side note. With a 3D printer, you can literally make anything. You can make a gun with a 3D printer. So that if you can make a gun with a 3D printer, you can make food with it too. Go ahead, bro.
Also, they were talking about making organs with 3D printers too. Like people that needed kidney transplants, they're talking about printing kidneys with a 3D printer. But I got a quick pre.
Go ahead, bro.
It's Hosea 9:3. They shall not dwell in the Lord's land, but Ephraim shall return to Egypt, and they shall eat unclean things in Assyria. And Assyria being the modern day America. So
No, go ahead, bro.
So Assyria being a modern day America, this is the land that we're eating unclean things, right? And there was a study that went out that they tested the ice on the top of a high ass mountain, like 5,000 feet in the air, and they found aluminum in it. And where's that from? The chemtrails that they spraying, man.
So that one that is profitable is speaking about Yahweh Shai, our Lord, man. Because Esau Edom is not fit to rule, man. You know?
Let's bring it up. I was just gonna, on a side note, just say it says in the book, if the Lord didn't save the place, pretty much this place would be pretty much extinct. Like Esau Edom, he killed himself.
Except so
They don't regard for
flesh
his
be
own
safe.
Yep.
You got one, brother?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You got it.
It's Revelation chapter 21, verse 1. It says, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there is no more sea. All right, that's going to that new rulership, man. All right, that new rulership started on the outside. It says, and I John saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband, man. That remember, Jerusalem is a people before a place, man.
Right.
All right, and that's what talking about the elect, man, and that as a bride adorned for her husband, talking about the outside. All right.
Man, that's beautiful that you brought that out because when John the Revelator was on the island of Patmos, and as he was receiving these visions, like you just read out, he said he saw New Jerusalem, that holy city. So, that's a Jake, but just imagine that was thousands of years ago when John received those visions. How much more now, man? Like again, the victory, we already got the victory. We just got to keep fighting, man. Fighting to the truth until death, and striving to the truth until death, and the Lord shall fight for you, man. I'll take it.
Go back to Isaiah 13.
Yep.
Back in Isaiah chapter 13,
verse 17.
Yeah, verse 17, it says, behold, I will stir up the knees against them who shall not regard silver as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces. They shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children.
And that's what I was talking about earlier through the Spirit. I was going to mention, as for silver and gold, they shall not delight in it, man. So these other niggas, Russia in particular, you ain't going to be able to bribe them no more. You're not going to be able to pay them off. The Lord's just going to put that demon on them, which really is a righteous spirit. But
demon just means intelligence.
yeah, true. He going to put that spirit on them to hit the missiles, man. They just going to be ready to kill. That's why it says, your eyes shall not pity the womb, man. Your eyes shall not spare children. Because they know there are babies in the society. They know there's little toddlers who go to preschool and shit like that. But they're not going to think about it that day. They're not going to consider it. They're just going to hit that button. Fuck that shit. The place got to go. And fuck them little kids any goddamn way. Them little kids wicked as hell, man. If you're not a toddler or a child, a little one of the elect, fuck you. Right. It'll be the same jits wearing LGBTQ clothing, celebrating Christmas, Halloween, and they're just little 2/3 niggas in training.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Shit, they ain't even a kid. You see them on TikTok, motherfuckers in training as a child.
Damn. See what I'm saying?
Fuck them kids.
Yeah, so they try to regard gold nor silver, man. Only Pookie and Ray Ray, give a fuck about if there's women or children on the scene. Shit. And not even anymore. Them days over with. So,
He's spinning on everybody.
Bring it out, huh?
It says, in Babylon, the glory of kingdom, the beauty of the Chaldees, ecstasy shall be as when Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. That's about the fire, man.
Okay. Yeah, what happened with Sodom and Gomorrah? The Lord rained fire and brimstone. It says Babylon, the beauty of the Chaldees. Actually, those Chaldees goes into those witches and those warlocks during the time of Babylon. They got modern day witches and warlocks and druids now in these times, man. This place is full of witchcraft. Okay. Yep. Oh, Hollywood goes back to Hollow's wood, man, which is the wand the type of wood they used to use to make wands for witches and warlocks, man.
Yep.
So Hollywood is full of witchcraft and sodomy, man. Jay Leno said it himself. If the Most High doesn't destroy Hollywood, he owes Sodom and Gomorrah an apology, man.
What happened to Jay Leno's ass? His ass caught on fire.
His ass caught on fire, man. You got it, bro.
It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it dwell in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there.
Right, because Babylon, after this place is over with, it's never going to rise again. Nobody's ever going to inhabit it again.
Got it, Salon, brother. You heard verse 19?
Yeah, you read it.
Yeah. Salon, you read it again?
God, this is verse 19, Isaiah chapter 13. It says, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh, and I just wanted to bring a quick side note. I want to go to Matthew the 4th chapter because it says, Babylon, the glory of kingdom. Now, when Satan all right, took our Lord Yahushua upon that mountain, and he told him that. Matter of fact, when you just read it. Okay, read Matthew 4 and just start at the top.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 1. And it reads, Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungered. And when the tempter came to him, and he said, If thou be thou the Son of the Most High, command that these stones be made bread. And he answered and said, It is written, Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High.
And Yahushua was quoting what? Deuteronomy. All right, keep going, brother.
Verse 5. Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and said unto him, If thou be the Son of the Most High, cast thyself down. For it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. And Yahushua said unto him, It is written again, Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. Again, verse 8. Again, the devil taketh him and into exceeding high mountain, and sheweth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them.
See, so again, Babylon, the glory of kingdom. So when the spiritual demon Satan was what? Tempting our Lord, you don't think Yahushua saw the excellency of Babylon the Great? He in fact did. Babylon is one of the greatest kingdoms upon this planet Earth that, according to secular history. So I just wanted to bring that out because as it is written, this place, Babylon the Great, is going to be destroyed. And it says, again, going back to Matthew the 4th chapter, it says, when the devil take him up to an exceeding high mountain, he showed them all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them. Because you got certain people that don't think that when we say Babylon the Great, they don't believe it is America, man. Which in fact it is. So lucky, I wanted to bring that up. That's a good piece of you two up on that. You go back to Isaiah 21. Oh, what you got?
No, we're going back.
It's Isaiah chapter 13, verse 21. It says, But the wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and the owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there.
Yep. So, the water. The Most High has created and engineered certain animals to withstand the circumstances of desert-like places. They don't have fountains of water or plentiness of shade or a lot of green. There are certain animals that just need very little and can thrive, the rest of their lives. You got meerkats, you got scorpions, you got vultures, you got owls and eagles. You got a lot of nasty animals that could pretty much thrive and survive those conditions.
That's right, brother.
Man.
I
was just saying, man, that's their fault.
I had a dream one time. It was like I was going back to my neighborhood. It was like post-Babylon destruction. Like that was just the vibe of the dream, but I knew I was in my neighborhood. But in real life, when Babylon's destroyed, you ain't gonna be able to see nothing in this place. But nonetheless, I pulled up to my driveway, and there was a bunch of desert animals and creatures there. It's like a Komodo dragon, an owl, all these different desert creatures. And when I was about to go walk up in the front door, the Komodo dragon rushed me. Like, nah, you're not supposed to dwell here. And I woke up after that, man. So, hey, that's prophecy right there, man. It's what's gonna be like in this place, man.
Rising and depart. You woke up and you partied.
Hey, God, right,
That's right. Flee out of the midst of Babylon. Even though that's spiritually, but
I got a quick pre. Zephaniah chapter 2, starting at verse 13. And he will stretch out his hand against the north and destroy Assyria, and will make Nineveh a desolation and dry like a wilderness. And flocks shall lie down in the midst of her. All the beasts of the nations, both the cormorant and the bittern, shall lodge in the upper lintels of it. Their voice shall sing in the windows. Desolation shall be in the thresholds, for he shall uncover the cedar work. This is the rejoicing city that dwelt carelessly, that said in her heart, I am, and there is none beside me. How will she become a desolation, a place for beasts to lie down in? Everyone that passes by her shall hiss and wag his head. And that's talking about America, Babylon the Great, man. That careless city,
right, back you up. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 14. The wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beasts of the island. And the satar how you say it?
Satire.
Satire.
Oh, that's how you say it? Satire shall cry to his fellow, the screech owl also shall rest there, and find for herself a place to rest. And Salakia, there shall the great owl make her nest and lay in hatch, and gather under her shadow. There shall the vultures also be gathered, everyone with her mate. So that again, that's speaking about Babylon, how those desert creatures, those creatures that the Heavenly Father created to withstand the radiation and the ICBM nuclear missiles, how they're going to basically live in Babylon. That's going to be, it's basically like the Heavenly Father giving them their own land in that time, man.
Yep.
Go ahead, bro. You got it.
No, I was gonna back you up.
Revelation 18, starting at verse.
Got it? No, that's spirit though. Bring it out.
Revelation 18:2, and he cried with the mighty strong, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, "Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird." Man,
Right.
so America's going to be the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. That's that cormorant and the bitter. This is Baruch chapter 4, starting at verse 34. It says, "For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure. And she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time." And those devils represent the different spirits and island creatures that's going to dwell in America. In the deserts, you actually have spirits that dwell there, man. That's why Yahweh was saying, when an unclean spirit goes out of man, he walking through dry places.
Yep.
There's people who have reported when they go out in the desert that they've heard voices and shit. No one's around. That's them demons, man. You know?
Because the satire is like your average everyday animal. Yep. That's like a Bacchus, ugly ass demon. I'm about to
It's
pull it
pretty much
up.
like a goat.
You know?
Man,
You have more on that?
that's a point. Man, the type of stuff you encounter in the desert. That's why a lot of people be seeing what they call it, mirages, right? They'll think they'll see the apparitions of either people or places in the desert, right? That's why brothers say, it's full of demons, man. Different spirits out there, man. That's why people be bugging out the desert, man. You just go missing and shit. All right.
But we got one more verse in 13. Yeah. You finished yours?
Yeah,
one more verse?
go ahead.
All right, well, look, you have one?
Huh?
You have one?
This is Joel 3 and verse 19. It says, "Egypt shall be a desolation, Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land." So, very much that just link Edom and Egypt, which is America, together. So we know that this is talking about Esau's rulership, and it says that Esau is the end of the world, so we know we're in those times.
I got a quick pre to back up to your point about how the spirits, they'll flee. A spirit will reside in the desert. All right, this is Tobit chapter 8, start from the top. And one day I supped. This is Tobit 8 and 1. And when they had supped, they brought Tobias in unto her. And as he went, he remembered the words of Raphael, which was the angel that journeyed with Tobias, and took the ashes of the perfumes and put the heart of the liver with the fish thereupon, and made a smoke therewith. The which, when the evil spirit had smelled, he fled into the utmost parts of Egypt, and the angel bound him. Right, so the utmost parts of Egypt could be like a deserted area, and the angel bound his ass there, man.
Right. Yep. And that's a good point, brother. That goes to show you how fast them demons be traveling too. Them spirits, they literally hop. The spirits hop, they run. You know what I'm saying? Angels be flying and shit. And that, like you said, he bound him all the way to the end of Egypt, and he was in where was he at? In the book of Tobit. He was like somewhere in I want to say Iraq.
He wasn't.
Ecbatane.
Yep.
Ecbatane. You see what I'm saying? So Ecbatane from Egypt is a few thousand miles away. So that's how you know them demons be traveling. But we'll go back there.
But and then again, if an angel could travel in the vehemency of the spirit, a demon could do it too.
Right.
Last verse of Isaiah chapter 13 is verse 22. It says, "And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. Her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged."
right, brother. Talk about America, man. Somebody get Revelation. I'll get it. Matter of fact,
No, I got you. Revelation what?
Revelation 10 and where it says it should not be prolonged.
10.
Yeah, Revelation 10 and verse 6.
Book of Revelation chapter 10 verse 6, and it reads, and swear by him that liveth forever and ever, who created heaven and the things that therein, the earth, and the things that therein are the sea, and the things which are therein that should be time no longer.
That's right. So this place is coming to a close. The Lord about to call the curtain, call up Babylon. The fact that you're seeing all these things go down with the sea one, you know what I'm saying? The famines, okay, the pestilence, you know what I'm saying? All these different plagues is showing that we are at the end, man. Okay? We know we're at the end because Esau Edom is in rulership. That's another reason why we know we're at the end, because when you go into the prophecies, it was the Babylonian Empire, Medo-Persian, the Greeks, the Romans, okay? And then who comes after that? Yahweh Shai, man. So Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, man. We at the end, man. This place over with.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her. If so be made, if so be she may be healed, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go, everyone in his own country, for the judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted even up, and is lifted up even to the sky. So just to show you that, like it says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed, man. The judgment has reached up into the heaven, man. Isn't that lined up into Revelation, what, the 18th chapter as well, man? Right. It's perfectly lined up, man. So it's not going to be prolonged any longer. I believe that's Ezekiel, the 12th chapter that goes into it, man. You know, how the Heavenly Father is not going to prolong his word anymore, man.
Right. Hey, Salaki, in the back you up, like it says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. You know, this nation, its economy is not going to come back. Mm-hmm. This economy is collapsing, like it says. He said the heathen nations, let us go every man into his own country. That's another scripture backing up how the heathen are going to flee America, man.
Right. That's right. Ezekiel chapter 12.
I'll read it for you, brother.
Start at verse 21.
Ezekiel 12 and 21. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is it? What is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying the days are prolonged and every vision faileth?
So that's like until now. You got people, especially Jake, that's content. They're settled on their leaves. They're coming in the spirit of where's the promise of his coming. When I was young, my grandmama said, Yahweh Shai was going to come, and I'm 50 now. When is he going to come? So that's like the scripture says, the vision faileth. But we know that the vision is not going to fail. But going back to Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, the vision is yet for an appointed time. Got it? Go ahead, bro.
Back you up. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3 said, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but the end it shall speak and not lie.
Hey, the brother Adawan just said we at the end. How do we know we at the end? Because Esau is in rulership. As it is written in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. You know? Don't drop yours, brother. Don't drop yours. But go ahead, finish on yours.
It says, for the vision is yet, for the vision is yet for a appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come, it will not tarry.
That's right, man. So it will surely come, it will not tarry. Speaking about these prophecies, you got it, brother.
Verse 23. Tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord of power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision.
That's right, man. The days are at hand. Can a brother get Revelation chapter 1, verse 3, Bible Kashaw, man? The days are at hand, man, where the Heavenly Father is gonna visit the world which he created, man. And how is he gonna visit? By these prophecies, man. Also by judgment, man. The judgment that's about to happen on this planet Earth is gonna generate fear, man. Everybody's gonna know that the Heavenly Father is who he is, man. That's his name. He exists, Yahweh, man. And then also, the elect of the nation of Israel are gonna know Yahweh Shah. He saves, he delivers, because he's gonna deliver the elect out of the nation of Israel, man, as well as the 1/3, man.
You said Revelation 1 and 3.
Prophet Shah, no, 1 and 3.
It's a Revelation, the first chapter, verse 3, and it reads, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand."
The time is at hand, man. Okay, what time is at hand? That the Heavenly Father is going to send his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah, not only to destroy this place, but to deliver the elect of his people, man. You know?
Right. It says, blessed is he that readeth, that they hear the words of this prophecy.
Right.
You know, to not only hear, but to also understand, you know, going into that. That was also going back to what I said earlier. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I read the Bible before. Well, what understanding? Yeah. Well, what spirit did you have? Yeah. You know, who taught you? What the hell do you know? What's the name of the Heavenly Father is going to be God's Son? What are the prophecies that are coming to pass? What is the prophecies that are in here? And what are the details about it? Do horsemen actually mean men on horses or missiles?
Hey, and a lot of the time when people say they read the Bible, man, they just reading it from Genesis to Revelation like it was just a regular book. They don't really read and understand what they're reading, man. They just go through it. They read the first chapter. They don't even remember what happened in the first chapter. They just, all right, continuing on.
You know, you can't read this Bible like an old nasty white guy. John. Nah, man. You got to really get into this thing, man. You got to go into secular history. Man. You got to go into archaeological findings. You have to understand that there's dark sayings, there's parables, there's literal meanings. You know, you got double entendres, triple entendres. You think your artists are raw with their words. The Lord is better.
Yep, I got you, bro. This is Isaiah chapter 28, verse 7. So like this. Let's start at verse 9. And it reads, "Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast," man. You see? So there's an order in this thing, man. In order for you to understand this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, not only has the Lord put on his spirit, he has to put his spirit upon you, but you have to come under the right ordinances, man. Learning from true teachers, man, that have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Okay, and it says, for precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. Here a little and there a little. So like the brother's going into, you can't just start from Genesis and read it like a regular book, chapter to chapter. You have to read it with precept upon precept, line upon line. You got it.
Because different, Salaki, if I cut you off, because different chapters, you know, they go into different times of history. You know, you might be going to 70 AD, you know, pushing forward or more backwards. You got to have that understanding. Right.
This Bible is written as a mystery, man. It's a puzzle. And you have to unlock it. You have to know the code to unlock it. But the brother was talking about puzzles earlier. If you only have 5 pieces, and pieces just don't plug into each other all in one. You gotta pull pieces apart from different sections, man.
That's why you gotta know how to lean and use the body of Yahweh Shai. You can't be prideful and think, oh, the Most High is dealing with me directly and only me. You know, I don't need what the hell you're saying. I got my way. I know the Most High.
I had an individual. Go ahead, bro. You got to
This is Psalm 78:1. It says, "Give ear, O my people, to my law. Incline your ears to the words of my mouth. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark things of old." And that's what the Bible is written in a parable. And you gotta have the spirit to understand it. You just don't pick it up and read it and then say, I know what it's saying. You gotta really understand, dark parables. You know what I'm saying?
God, for example, I asked Brother Adawan, you can go after me. I asked Brother Adawan, how do you know certain things, or how do you understand certain things more vivid? You know, he told me not only you gotta read certain things, but you gotta, it's repetition. You know, you might read something 3 times, on that 4th, 5th, 6th time, that's when you got the complete whole breakdown, Lord willing. And you might lose certain things, you know, but you gotta keep going back into it.
That's right. It's like working out. Working out a muscle.
What you don't use, you lose.
That's right.
You speaking of certain things that happened in your life?
Oh no, instant with a Drake. You know he hit him. He got a t-shirt fringes, so but he was trying to justify about you could smoke weed in the Bible. You know, so just to show you that if you don't come under the right ordinances, you are not gonna get weaned from the milk, man. You know, and drawn from the breast.
And no, you got it. I'm gonna say, when you smoking and you reading the scriptures, the spirit not gonna deal with you at your full potential.
That's right.
Okay, so because the scripture says wisdom shall not enter into a malicious soul, and you're supposed to glorify the Lord in your temple. You're not supposed to defile your temple. All right, and there's different things that defile your temple. Whether you eat unclean foods, you do unclean acts like smoking and shit.
Right.
You gotta watch what you put in your body, man, because you gonna feel the after effects. I remember, it's kind of vulgar, but I remember one time we accidentally ate some defiled spinach. You know, we went to the restaurant and we was hoping that the spinach would be defiled. That bitch had crab in it, but we didn't know till we was a few scoops in. You know, and then later on when I used the bathroom, my bowel movements smelled way worse than they usually do. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, that's that fucking defiled food, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that just goes to show you what you put in really does affect your body. And you know, even when you drink too much and you get drunk and you get that hangover, you start feeling through in your spirit afterwards. Because what you put in, man, can affect you, man. You eat junk food, you're going to feel lethargic, tired. You know what I'm saying? You got the itis now. It's because what you put in can affect your spirit, man. That's why we have a dietary law. That's why we have the law, statutes, and commandments, so that our flesh can operate at the highest frequency. You know what I'm saying? And so our spirit can operate at the highest frequency, man.
Right, brother. Especially like you said, the itis. You know, coming up, especially from our respective backgrounds before entering this ministry, we thought the itis was okay. I thought the itis was okay. When you eat, you're supposed to get the itis. That means you ate good, right? No, but as you get older, you especially coming into this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, food is supposed to energize you. Right. It's not supposed to make you feel sluggish. Like the brother said, I'm trying to pronounce the word lethargic. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's why you have to follow the dietary laws, man. A lot of our people, the reason why they might have underlying health conditions is they're not following the thing that was set for them, man. You got it, bro.
Ecclesiastes 10:16. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child and thy princes eat in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So this place, their king is a child. Esau, he's very childlike with his rulership. And child also represents insignificant, man. That's why Job said, they that are younger than I have me in derision. It says, and princes eat in the morning, man. You know, really in the morning time, that's the time when you're supposed to refrain from eating, man. You know, you eat later off in the day, more towards around, 10 o'clock, noon. You know, if you eat breakfast, you ain't going off. But it's better for your body to eat later on in the day. You know, it's not good to just stuff your face first thing in the morning. They teach us that in Babylon. 3 meals a day.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner,
and snacks in between. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, Salakia. And also, they teach you, it's backwards. They tell you that breakfast is the most important meal. So they make sure you don't skip that one, man.
Right.
This place is all backwards, man.
Yeah, really, that always goes back into the economic system with this restaurant. The same thing with the food table, man. You know, they even put pork on there. They put shrimp on it and other shit, But it's really just to keep their money flowing and going, man. Just so they can have and serve you at all times. Because that goes back into putting it into the economy. Because they know you got to depend on food, so therefore you keep buying food and putting money on their economy. How could they ever be broke? Right.
You buy their defiled food, you end up going to their doctors, man. You end up addicted to their pills, man. It's all a cycle to keep you enslaved, man.
You use their cemetery, you use their medicine. Right. Their water, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 10:17. Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles. So we gotta have a ruler class mentality. We have to have a noble mentality, man. We have to have a noble vibration about us, man.
Then Eleazar, he didn't even want to fake like he ate some swine flesh, man.
Right.
That's how it says he was the principal man. It's just to show you that he didn't even want to fake it, man. Right. So like the brother said, we're supposed to be what? We're supposed to have a sense of what? We're supposed to have a sense of dignity. The Lord likens unto a royal priesthood. What is that in the book of Peter? He says that we're a what? Man. Now that's a woman. But in the book of, I think 2 Peter, he likens us unto a royal generation, a royal priesthood. Royal people eating undefiled food, even though they like it unto delicacies. That's really, I'm trying to think of the word, man. No, I'm talking like pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, and pork. You said it right, delicacies. Yeah, they esteem it as delicacies, but those are actually
slave
abominations. The
water, bro. Those are really crustaceans.
Yeah.
Yeah, so meaning, roaches, rodents and things of the sort, but just water birds. But like the brother's going out to, he's liking unto peculiar people.
Peculiar people.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. Peculiar. That's what I was looking for.
And what the brother, I believe, is trying to say is, peculiar people don't eat any kind of thing. Peculiar people don't wear any kind of thing, We don't say any kind of thing, We don't defile ourselves spiritually with any kind of doctrine or mess.
Right. We have a standard.
I'm going to finish off. Ecclesiastes 10:17. Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles, and thy princes eat in due season for strength and not for drunkenness, man. So we're supposed to eat for strength. We're not supposed to eat for drunkenness. We're not supposed to eat for excess, man. Eat to the point where tryptophan kicks in, which tryptophan is the scientific way of saying, niggeritis, man.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? So you're not supposed to eat for drunkenness. You're not supposed to eat until your belly fucking hurts and you're full. That's what Esau does. That's where, going back to Saturnalia, which is where Christmas originates from, all right? One of the origins of Christmas. They would eat till they fucking threw up and then go eat some more, man.
That's a torture, man.
That's a pig.
That's gluttony.
When you get too full, you get hurt, man. That shit hurts your stomach, man. Sometimes when you eat so much, you hurt and you get that itis. You try to lay down, you be like, fuck, I can't even lay down on my stomach. This big hurt.
Ain't that a scripture, sorry, right, that tells you eat too much to throw up? Make yourself throw up.
I'm gonna try to find that.
Oh, many,
I want to say
what
it's in the 30s.
The honey, milk and honey.
No, it says vomit and you will have breast.
Yup.
The one you thought about was not eating too much honey. But that could apply too. You don't want to eat too much honey, literally and spiritually. You don't want to eat too much scripture because you'll throw it up. I remember one time I was studying so much that I literally caught cold sweats. And if I even meditated on the scripture, I got nauseous.
Man,
real shit.
that's the game, bro.
That's
That
balance.
is.
I got it through order.
You got it, brother? No.
This is Ecclesiastes 31, verse 21. It says,
20 bucks.
Ecclesiastes 31 and 20.
Start at 19, Bible.
Okay. Verse 19. A very little is sufficient for a man well nurtured, and he fetcheth not his wind short upon his bed.
Right. So if you eat, if you're a man well nurtured, you have true nourishment. You don't need to eat a lot. And really the Spartans, they train themselves to eat a little bit, man. But you got it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
If he fetches not his wind short on his bed, you can break it down, brother.
No, I was gonna say, like, you see a lot of heavier set people, they got that sleep apnea where they gotta have a machine on their bed to breathe. They're trying to catch their breath really while they're trying to sleep, man.
Yep. That's why sometimes people who are heavier, they got they breathe funny. You got it, brother.
Right. Verse 20. Sound sleep cometh of a moderate eating. He riseth early, and his wits are with him.
Right. Because when you don't eat a lot, it's easier for you to wake up in the morning. But when you eat a lot, your body's still tired because breaking down all that food that you ate late at night and in the hours before.
But it's a certain time you shouldn't go eating.
Yep.
Sundown?
Yep.
Yeah, you got actual cells that are made to break down your food. And they work harder and they work better when the sun is up. I was just gonna say, when the sun is up, that's when you usually doing your activities, when you usually get your things done. That's when you gotta exert yourself in the energy that you have.
Continuing on. But the pain of watching and color and pains of the belly are with an unsatiable man.
Yeah, man who can never be satisfied. He gonna get them belly pains. He gonna get them pains. And color means sickness. You eat too much, that can make you sick, man. You got it, brother.
Verse 21. And if thou hast been forced to eat, arise, go forth, vomit, and thou shalt have rest.
Go ahead, man. I don't know what that.
Yeah, if you eat too much, what do they call those girls? Bulimic, where they go, they stick their hand in their mouth to throw up. They're going up because they don't eat enough. But if you eat too much, make yourself throw up, man.
You'll have rest.
You'll have rest. But Babylon teaches you to do everything in excess, man.
And Jake said snacks in between. That's
snacks in between. That's
Yep.
what they teach.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
3 meals a day, drink your milk.
your meal.
Oh, milk.
That's heavy, bro.
Hey, so like to cut any brothers off. If if you go to the dumpster behind this Jimmy John's, or if you go behind this sushi place, you're literally gonna see food that they made, but nobody can eat it.
Yeah.
That's what all of these corporations do. They make all the meals and nobody buys it. So what happens to the food? They have to be thrown in the garbage. And there's a law to where you can't even feed homeless people with the food. So they make excess, and I mean, this place is truly winning, man. It's confusing, that's right.
Yeah, I think a brother said like America eats like basically America, the nation of America eats like most of the food in the world. But that's what the scriptures say.
That's why.
Babylon is given to pleasures.
Right.
Eating food is a pleasure.
Now, I can say that, and I believe, too, if I'm not mistaken, Babylon has the highest rate of obesity in the world.
Yep. So eating food is a pleasure, but for you smartasses out there, you are supposed to eat food on the Sabbath day, man. Let's say you made a deal with the Lord and you was going on like a 7-day fast. Your fast happens to a Sabbath day happens to land in between that 7 days. You hold that fast. You made a deal with the Lord. But the Sabbath day is a feast day. So that is a pleasure that we're allowed to take into on the Sabbath, man. It's talking about not doing your pleasure on the Sabbath. It's talking about not having sex and doing shit that you usually do on a regular day. You sanctify the Sabbath day, you keep it holy, man. You know?
Also, Babylon the Great is number one in food waste. As far as food waste, food waste.
It's the careless city.
Careless city.
No, but see, they ain't gonna be wasting food and taking trouble.
Hell no.
Famine is coming, man. And see, a lot of you people, you cannot go a day without eating. A lot of people can't go a couple hours without eating, man. You go into the restaurants. If somebody has to wait more than 10 minutes for their food, they going ape shit, man.
That's right.
I've been waiting here 10 minutes, and they don't got nowhere to be. They just hungry. You know what I'm saying? See, she a little demon, I already know.
Oh man.
She gonna say the name of the Lord.
What those long nails?
See, she coming up.
Okay, that's good. I'm happy for you, okay?
I said most of these people. I ain't saying that.
She said she could eat a couple hours without eating. That's good, young lady.
You know where your father's from?
She ain't right.
Africa.
You an Israelite?
He's from here.
Yep.
You might be a Judite.
Yep, I believe so.
I believe nothing that you say.
That's what I said.
So why'd you come up here?
You guys be safe, okay?
Because I can wait a couple hours.
All right, that's good. Y'all be safe, okay? We're about to wrap this up. Y'all be safe. Take care of yourself. Yeah, it's okay. Thank you.
Be careful, guys.
That's it.
That was just it.
Matter of fact, somebody get that scripture in 2 Kings about the two she-bears.
2 Kings 2 and 20, Baba.
Oh,
I believe Negroes, Judaism.
2 Kings chapter 2, verse 20.
Wait,
And it reads,
I'm not sure if it was 20, but go ahead.
Where it says, go up thou bald head, go up thou
Yep,
bald head. It's towards the end of the chapter. Yep.
We learning about Judaism in school.
What's this?
That's good, okay? That's good. Can you guys go back to where I was at for us, please?
Oh, yeah, 23 Salakia.
the book of 2 Kings, chapter 2, verse 23, and it reads, and he went up from thence unto Bethel, or Salakia, unto Bethel, and as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city, and mocked him, and said, go unto him, and go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head.
So like we were saying earlier, man, them wicked-ass children, man, fuck them wicked-ass children, man. If you're not a 1/3 child, you a little 2/3 baby, fuck you, man. Because they come in that same spirit. Scoffing. I don't believe nothing you guys say. Look at the age she had. But she a demon. That's why the Lord gonna slay these little niggas. You got it, brother. Go ahead. So you had little wicked-ass children making fun of the prophets back then. Go ahead, brother.
There's too much.
See, the spirit.
Verse 24, and he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and 42 children of them. And he went from thence to Mount Carmel, and from thence he turned to Samaria.
Go ahead, man.
And the point was made that it was she-bears. The most violent type of bear is a bear that cares for her cubs.
Right.
If a bear is caring for the cubs, man, she's gonna go ape shit. All right, so the Lord sent 2 she-bears to tear 42 children on them, man. There's no remorse for children, men, women, or children, man.
I got a quick precept. Back you up, my alcohol. Proverbs 17:12. Let a bear robbed of her whelps be the man rather than a fool in his folly, man.
Yep.
A lot of female animals, when you mess with their babies, they go crazy.
Yep.
So how much more, you know, hey, a she-bear, you know? Hey, they gonna see, man. Y'all seen that? Nah, it's Bollywood. I was gonna say that episode of SpongeBob where Sandy was hibernating.
Hell yeah.
You know, she had that demon on her. Hey, you gonna see the wild beast prey on them little wicked ass children, man. That little girl might get fucking eaten by a wild animal, man.
Yep.
Her wicked ass. I remember last time she came over there when we was over there. She saying, "In the name of the Lord Jesus."
Yep.
Being a demon, man. Fuck that girl, man.
Any brother lucky? Any brother got any finals?
Nah, we been around. We don't have a lot.
Bring it out.
Ezekiel 9 and verse 5, and to the others who said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city, and smite, that not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Stay utterly old and young.
Stay utterly old and young, man. Let your eyes have pity, man. The Lord don't give a shit how old or young you are, man. If your ass wicked, you going to get put to death, man.
Right.
Both maids and little children.
And little children, man.
And women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark and begin at my sanctuary. You know, a lot of these young children, you know, they got something to look forward to in the days ahead, you know. Lord don't care about that.
Lord don't give a fuck about no age, man. How many children died in the flood, man?
Right.
How many pregnant women died in the flood? Lord don't give a fuck about no age, man. If you're wicked, you're gonna get put to death. Man, woman, child, small, great. It don't matter, man.
Same thing in 70 AD.
Yep, yep.
Moses was giving something to the children. You know, destruction that was given unto them.
Dashed to pieces, like the brother Kabar said. They're going to be dashed to pieces.
Hey.
Edomite children and these little Jacob children going to be dashed to pieces too in Jacob's trouble. But Esau going to be dashed to pieces in the kingdom.
Yep.
The Heavenly Father is the ultimate.
It's a lot of y'all should call it.
He's the ultimate not respected person.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, with that.
Yep. Go ahead. Hey, so we're going to close out with that. You know, Alvarado Zada's video is edifying. All right? We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem,
double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstones that do well and teach well, man. All right, peace and blessing to the elected Israel, you so-called black Hispanics and Native Indians, and along with you Israelite foreigners, you are the true children of Israel. You need to repent and come back to Yahweh Shai. You heathen nations are going into slavery, man. All right, judgment is coming to America. You need to repent, man.
Right.
Shalom and above.
Shalom, above.
Kwame Yasharala.